Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto the Sun God RWBY. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Romanian Maniac 300 and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Forest. Naruto was bored and chilly to the bones. Immortality was a boring thing. Why did Orochimaru want this again? That guy suicided after the first millennium. He, on the other hand, lived for so long that he didn't know how many years passed since the shinobi era. Somewhere around 10 million years ago. He had a long life. He fought against Kaguya. Sasuke died during the fight. He needed to continue alone. But he managed to give Naruto his Rain Sharingan and yin half of chakra. Right now Naruto is the most powerful being in the entire world. But he is hiding for a long time. Why? Because his powers are far beyond the human's understanding. He is a god on earth. A god that it's traveling around in a fox body. He chose to let the world have its own course. To let humanity make its own choices. He took the form of a golden fox with white chest and belly. His slighted eyes are still blue. He looked rather cute. But this is why nobody will ever suspect him to be so strong. At this moment the world was infested by a creature named Grimms. Those things and a woman named Salem are the reason for all the pain of the humanity and faunus. That woman know about him. She tried everything to bring him by her side. Everything. But he can't interfere so easy. Or the humans and faunus may become addicted to his help. And so you can say goodbye to the evolution. They managed to come this far without his help. Yet, they need guidance to move on from this point. The question is how? Bang. 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 Was that riffle? With Ruby? Yeah. Go Ruby. Said Ruby Rose to herself. She was having a good day. Eat a whole lot of cookies. Visit her mother's grave. And now she's killing some Beowulfs. What can be better? Of course she could do without the cold weather. And it would help to have a friend to see how great she is. But what can make this day more perfect? And she saw it. It was the cutest fox ever. It was golden with white. And he or she had beautiful blue eyes. Oh my god. You are so cute. Hi, I'm Ruby Rose. She said excited while using her semblance to catch it. She held him in her arms. Naruto was surprised. This 15-looking girl just decimated a horde of Grimm so easy. Perhaps she may help him with his plan. Do you want to come home with me? Asked the girl. Yep. Said Naruto in agreement. He will go with this girl and see how things will evolve. This and she look like fun. He was that bored. At Ruby's home. The Yang Xiaolong was waiting for Ruby. That's not something usual. Hell, even Yang was home. Then he heard the door. He turned around to see Ruby. But he didn't expect a fox in her arms. One that is angry about something. Hey dad, she said normally. Who is your friend? He asked, not sure about how to react. He's Goldie. Goldie? Then he looked at his fur. Oh yeah, I can see why. But why is he with you? About that. Can we keep him? Can we? Can we? Can we? She asked. The look in her eyes could make even a puppy bend at her will. She want to keep him. Sigh, okay. You can keep him, but he is your responsibility, said the father. He can't say no when she used that. It's not fair. Naruto was fuming inside. Goldie, what kind of a bullshit name is that? And her father just let her keep him. Like that. The headache was already forming. How can things get worse? Oh Kami, he jinxed it, didn't he? Ooh. Who's that cute little fox? Asked the one and only Yang Xiaolong. He's our new pet. Goldie. A vein appeared on his forehead. Goldie, eh? Well, let's start our friendship with a Yang. God damn it, Yang. Said Ruby. Naruto agree. That joke was pathetic. Come on. It wasn't that bad. He like it, didn't you? Said Yang, trying to pet Naruto. It was the moment that Yang learned to not mess with foxes. He bit her hand really hard. You little F, she wanted to course, but she remembered that her baby sister and father are in the same room as her. I'm sorry, but I'm tired. I'm going to sleep, said Ruby, still carrying Naruto. But he didn't mind it. It was comfy. Ruby's room. Her room was messy as hell. She is one of kind. That's for sure. So Goldie, do you like it? She asked with hope. Yep, responded he with his tail waving. He need to play his part of the whole pet thing. For now. Sorry about the mess. There are not many people that come here, she said, a bit sad at the end. Naruto decided to cheer her up. He jumped in her arms and nuzzled her neck. That tickled a lot, haha, stop, haha, thank for cheer up. Now let's go to sleep. Tomorrow we are going to Vale. She jumped in her bed with Naruto. She drifted away. Naruto could only smile. She really is fun. In her strange way. Maybe it won't be that bad. He will see in the future. Let's start. Naruto was enjoying his morning pat. Ruby was so excited about having him. Of course Wei was still important. But hey, new pet. We are going to have so much fun together today. We are going to some supply later, but first I heard about this place. They know about any species of animals. Maybe they know where are you from, said Ruby. Yip, responded the fox. They are not going to find anything. Even so, he need to be careful. After all, new species don't pop out daily. This chariot has to continue for a little longer. Ruby may be the answer of his problem. But he need proofs that she is perfect for his job. That is not something he can rush. Come on Goldie. We need to catch a ride. She declared, very happy. Oh, how much he hate that name. Later that day. Ruby was walking through the city with Naruto in her arms. A lot of people saw him and exclaimed how cute he is. Ruby was even asked for pictures with him. She was holding him like prize at this moment. He is the key of her popularity. She can see it. The most popular girl and her cute pet fox. Of course she wasn't full of herself because of this. Then they reached their destination. Zoologia, pet shop and veteriner. They are really good at their job. They entered and saw a lot of pet toys and such, along with a large waiting room. At the counter, 2 girls are waiting for costumers. One was human and the other Franus. Welcome, how can we help you? Asked the Franus girl. Then she saw the little fox in her arms. Oh, he's so cute. Is he yours? Yes. I found him yesterday and I want to know what species he is. Do you have any idea? This was the moment of truth. Naruto was ready to use his chakra if anything was going bad. We don't have anything about gold-furred foxes. He may be from new species. Naruto tensed up, or he may have something akin to albinosa. It's hard to say. So you don't know anything? Well, thank you very much, said Ruby. Have a good day. Outside? Well Goldie. You may be one of a kind. Of course I am. But damn, that was close. I'm very happy that I have the structure of a normal fox, think Naruto happy. We still got a lot of time left. Let's see about the supply. I know a good store named Dust Till Down. They have a lot of good stuff. Dust Till Down. Ruby entered with Naruto on her hood. She started looking around. At one point she put a pair of headphones. She lost herself in the music. In the same time Naruto saw an orange-haired man entering the building. Roman Torchwick. He was an infamous man, known for his many robbery. And right now he's working for the Black Queen. How does he know this? He is having a good spy among them. One that work only for him. Ruby didn't saw anything, so she continued to listen the song. One of his thugs found her and said, "Put your hands in the air." No reaction. Do you hear me? Ignored. Are you deaf or something, he said while walking toward, put a hand on her shoulder. She finally noticed him, senpai noticed him. Go thug. D, can I help you? Yes. I said put your hands in the air. Are you robbing me? She asked. Ah yes. MMHHM. Roman saw one of his men flying into a wall. His eyes got the sight of a 15-year-old girl. Better, he ordered to the rest of the men. Outside. Ruby and a man went through the window, breaking it. She found herself surrounded by thugs. Using her semblance, she managed to beat all of them easily. Roman was on the roof of a building. Ruby was not far behind. When she reached the top, he was already on a bullhead. End of the line read. He fired a shoot from his cane, exploding a crystal of dust. Naruto was ready to do something, but a huntress took care of the explosion. Ruby was going fangirl about how awesome she was. Still, Roman got away with help from Cinderfall. After that, Ruby asked, "Are you a huntress? Can I have your autograph?" At the police station. Ruby was standing on chair with sad face. Naruto was trying to cheer her up, but nothing seems to work. What you have done could cause a lot of damage and even put you great danger. If the things will work like I want, you will be sent home with a pat on the back. Ruby looked happy and slap on wrist. Finished the woman, hiding the table with the writing crops. Ruby wasn't happy anymore. But someone else want to talk with you. A tall man entered the interrogation room with a plate of cookies and a coffee mug. Miss Rose, you have silver eyes. That guy sound boring. Naruto fall asleep really fast, missing the rest of the conversation. Then he wake up. At Ruby's home. I really am lazy after all. Oh, you're finally awake. You're not gonna believe what happened, said a very happy Ruby. Naruto tipped his head in a cute fashion. I got into Pekin. That guy was the headmaster and he want me to join his school. That's so cool. We are going tomorrow. Said Ruby. Oh yeah, and he let me bring you too. Naruto was thinking. This may be a great chance to test his theory. This is worth a shot. On the ship. Next day. Ruby was feeling a bit strange. Being around so many people was making her uncomfortable. Naruto could tell that. So he chose to do his best to make her feel better. By muzzling her neck. This always get her. Haha, okay, stop. Goldie, stop, said the young girl. Ruby? What are you doing here? That was the voice of our beloved Yang Xiaolong. Yang, you will not believe what happened last night. Me and Goldie were at a dust shop. Then some bad guys tried to rob the place. I beat them and now the headmaster want me at Beacon," said Ruby excited. "Little sis, you are going to be the best at this school. I'm sure about it." At the entrance of Beacon. "Oh Yang, look at all the weapons." "Calm down little sis. Those are just weapons," said Yang. That was the moment Naruto chose to take nap. And he opened up his eyes just to realize that is night. And everyone was in pajamas. Damn it. Okay, no more naps from now on. Welcome to the real world little fox. How was your 7 hours nap? He jumped next to Ruby. Hey Goldie. You didn't lost much. Just headmaster's speech and a short-tempered girl, she said with a smile. Hey Rubes. You know, before we come here, I heard some of the stuff talking about 4 Beowulfs that escaped from some cages. Are you trying to scare me? You can do better than this. I'm not scared of Grimms. I'm not trying to. Well then, I better keep Goldie safe. I don't want him to get hurt. Maybe I should let him stay here while we are at initiation, said Ruby. Fuck. The whole pet thing isn't working very well. I need to do something. If anything happened tomorrow and I will not be there, then everything was for nothing. Man, I wish I could go back to my human form. Oh I know. He looked around for any door. He's going outside and he will hunt those Grimms. This way he will prove himself strong enough to go with them. But still, he need to do this without using his powers and with Ruby and Yang around. Then he found the door. He start running toward it, getting the attention of the 2 girls. They followed him, shouting his name and trying to bring him back. It's been a while since he last fought in this form. Let the fun begin. Let's start. Naruto was looking for 4 deadly, psychotic and ugly as all hell monsters. So he was having fun. Come on Grimmy. I just want to kill you so I can go in a dangerous forest, he thinked, hoping that the Grimms will come out. Come on you useless dogs, I don't have all night. Why is so hard for a fox to find some freaks to kill? He could hear Ruby and Yang coming. He doesn't have much time left. And he found them. 1 alpha and 3 normal one. All of them were looking at him. One of the normal ones was approaching him. He was looking at Naruto, showing his sharp teeth. Naruto smiled for a moment. Then he jumped and bit its neck, ripping out a chunk of it. Then Ruby and Yang arrived and saw the now dying Beowulf. The other one jumped with the intention to kill Naruto. But the fox was fast enough to dodge and bite his fingers, completely destroying its hand. The other one was ready to attack as well. He was met with a clawed paw in the right eye. The said eye was evaporating. He was pushed to ground by the falling fox. After that, Naruto ripped a part of its head. The alpha was standing in all 4. Facing Naruto. 2 dead, 1 injured. Just the big ugly was left. The beast growled at him. Raising its clawed hand, he attacked. But Naruto jumped again, this time on its forearm and after, at its neck. The Grimm was using its hands to hold him. But his fangs were already digging in its neck. The alpha was dead as well. 1 more to go. The last one was recovering from the wound. Then the said beast did something that no other Grimm did before. The Beowulf was running away like a bitch. Ruby and Yang were having different reaction. Ruby has stars in her eyes after seeing how cool her pet is. Yang was recording everything with her scroll. This fox is going to be famous on the internet. That was awesome. The fox cleaned the floor with 4 Beowulfs. They got the coolest pet ever. No offense his way. Goldie, that was super. How? Where did you learn to fight like that? Asked Ruby. Naruto jumped in her arms. Okay, you are coming with us at the initiation tomorrow. I want to see more of that, said Yang. Oh god, we need return to the gym. We have to rest or we may lose it. Good point sis. Naruto was smiling. These 2 are fun. Next morning. The girls are in the locker room, getting ready for anything they might face. Hey sis. Remember the video I recorded last night? Asked Yang. The one with Goldie kicking some butts. Yes. I uploaded on the internet before going to sleep. Wanna see what's the people reaction to it? Said Yang, opening her scroll. Sure, responded Ruby. Naruto was interested as well. 1 second later they all got stunned looks. Overnight, the video got viral. Naruto just become a superstar on the internet. Hey look. Is that awesome fox? Said a student who was walking around. Then others heard him and followed. Naruto the center of the attention. They all want picture with him. Yang had to do something or they are going to be late. Okay everyone, no picture or video. Now back off. And who might you be? Asked someone, a bit angry. The manager. Now get lost or deal with the bodyguards. Yelled she, showing her fists and gauntlets. They were all gone in a matter of seconds. Damn, she's scary. At the cliff. Naruto was tempted to fall asleep. Ozpin was so boring. Thank God that they don't have to hear him any longer. The students were launched to the Emerald Forest. While Ruby was in mid-air, he could see various people using pretty awesome landing strategies. When Ruby finally reached the ground, Naruto was sure about something. It's going to happen. He don't know what, but it will. But Salem. The witch is happy. That isn't a good sign. Soon I will destroy those inferior's pests. But its awakening is earlier than I expect. Anyway, it is just helping my plan, she thinked. Back with Ruby and Naruto. This is so boring and annoying. Naruto was standing on top of Ruby's head. And he was thinking of using some kind of genjutsu to make Weiss less bossy. Seriously, is she ever going to stop telling Ruby what and how? Then they heard something. It was a large pack of Beowulfs, but Naruto's attention was captured by something else. More powerful. He started running in the forest. The girls were fighting the Grimm, so they didn't notice him leaving. As he got deeper in the forest, he found a cave. Inside was a large natural tunnel that goes into the ground at 45 degrees. Naruto wanted to enter, but a loud sound stopped him. Roar. Several beasts seemed to roar in the same time as the earth was shaking. Then, all the Grimms from the surface start heading to Beacon. An earthquake ripped the ground in two. 7 serpent heads emerged from the ground. Soon the whole body was out. It was a Hydra Grimm as large as a Biju. Its heads were attached by a lizard body with bony scales on the back, necks and faces. He need to stop it, but he can't interfere directly. Naruto has to return to Ruby and fast. As he ran toward Beacon, he saw thousands of Grimm. From Beowulfs to Ursas. He used his lightning chakra to gain more speed while killing really fast every beast that was in his way. With Ruby. What is going on? The entire initiation was stopped. The Grimms are heading toward them. And everyone needed to come back at the school and prepare for the battle. They can't do this. They are still in training and even she can't hope for the best. This was too much. Ruby. She turned her head to see Yang. Come on sis, we need to hurry. Now. This is something that can be handled. Even she was scared. Hell. Who could possibly be able to do something? Everyone was scared at some degree. Some were stunned by the fear. Others were still trying to do something. Yang, we need to do some meeting. We can't leave. We need to fight, said Ruby in a low tone. What can we do at this point? Not even the teachers can gather the courage to go there. Not even you, and you do reckless thing all the time. But we need to do something or nobody will. Ruby, we are not some kind of superheroes. We have our limits. And what is happening right now is far beyond those. At this point the discussion between the two was listened by all the people around. And they agreed with Yang. The hope was lost. This is the end. Just like this. They are going to die by the hands of the Grimms. I can't accept that. We need to try at least. We can't wait for our deaths. There is still time to do something. Even if it won't save us, we will at least try to fight back. Yelled Ruby with tears in her eyes. I know that we have no chance to win. I know that this is the end. But I can't stay like this. I can't just accept my death like this. But if you would have the power to save them? Asked a calm voice. Everyone was surprised by the unknown individual. Who are you? Asked Ruby, the tears still falling. You didn't answer my question. What will you do? She stuttered. I would fight. She said with determination. Then Naruto walked from shadow. He looked at her and said, I'm happy to hear that. Ruby was frozen in place. Her fox just talked. Oh my. You are still that surprised. I thought that you know that I'm not a normal fox. But let's get back to the topic. What will you do if I say that I can deal with your problem? How? We don't have any time for details. But let's put it like this. It's a deal. If you will do something for me in the future, then you will become my summoner. I will be your sword and shield. I will decimate thousands and I will revive the dead if you say so. But with a price. How does it sound? Ruby didn't know what to do. So she said one word without thinking. Yes. A bright light surrounded her right hand. When it was gone, a tattoo of fox head appeared on her wrist. What is your order, master? Said Naruto, already knowing the answer. Stop them, she said, still not sure about what's happening. She just did what she felt that was right. Everyone else was looking curious at them. That was so strange for them. When he heard the order, Naruto started running toward the Grimms. After he was at a safe distance from Ruby, he jumped in the air and transformed in his Biju form. He was a massive fox, similar with Kurama. But he was taller than him and his fur is golden in color. His left eye became a Rin Sharingan. And finally he has 10 gigantic tails. The colossal beast roared in the Grimm's direction, creating a wave of powerful wind that erased a big part of the forest and killing a large number of his enemies. Naruto could only smile. Now this is going to fun as hell. Let's start. Ruby and the rest are looking at the massive beast. They couldn't believe what is happening. A cute little fox became a gigantic killing machine in the blink of an eye. Even Ozpin and the teachers were stunned by the creature. As well as everyone in the school. Naruto raised his hand, hitting many nevermores. His tails whipped back and forth, killing Grimms from both ground and air. The Hydra was coming in his way, faster than expected, ready to strike. Seeing that, the fox opened his mouth, forming a Bijuu bomb. After he launched it, the big Grimm changed its direction, avoiding the hit. But the ones behind it weren't that lucky. The explosion was so powerful that it killed the majority of the Grimms. The shockwave reached even Beacon, creating an earthquake. Ruby was both excited and scared to death. This battle is going to destroy the entire Emerald Forest, again something both awesome and terrifying. The Hydra Grimm used one of its heads to bite Naruto. He responded with a kick that made the beast to back off. After that, the fox caught 2 necks in each hand. The remaining 3 were ready to strike again. But Naruto opened his mouth, this time a large amount of fire coming out. The 3 heads melted in a few seconds. After that, he put his left leg on the lizard body, keeping it in place. Using his enormous strength, Naruto pulled the remaining heads, ripping them off from the body. The rest of the Grimms were too scattered around. Persistent pests. Said Naruto with a booming voice. Planetary destruction. The ground was pulled by a new gravitational force, forming a moon. The Grimms were cogs by the attraction from it and crushed by the rocks. The humans and Faunus finally got it. This creature wasn't some kind of monster. He was a god. They got scared when he turned to face them. Who wouldn't after what he did? In a flash of light, he regained his normal fox appearance. "What is your next order, master?" asked Naruto. Everyone was looking ready to faint. Except John Arc. He fainted in the second the giant fox turned around. Holy cow. He really did what I told him. Oh gosh, what I'm supposed to do now. The fight is over, so he might get bored and attack something else and destroy God RWBY, still not sure about what happened. "Master? Take a break," said the girl, without thinking. "Are you sure that this is what you want?" asked Naruto with a sweat drop. "I mean I want to know who are you," declared Ruby. "The god." "What kind of god?" "The good one." "Oh okay. I can go with that," said a happy Ruby while lifting him in her arms. "Say what? Ruby, what the hell? We need more information before we can treat him like a friend," yelled Yang. "The hell, Ruby?" "But he saved us," responded Ruby. "But he said that there is a price." "Yes. There is one," said Naruto with a lazy tone. "And what is the price?" said Yang impatient. The fox was looking at Yang with a serious face. "It's a secret." "Oh well. Too bad God RWBY is too careless." "Then how is she supposed to pay?" God RWBY ordered him to tell us." "No." "Why?" "Because he doesn't want to." "Yang is so gonna punch someone." Ruby was a big no. And she isn't stupid, so the fox was the same as Ruby. "But someone is gonna get punched." "But I have a question," said Ruby. "What is it, master?" said Naruto. "Please don't call me that. And why did you had to be under my command to fight those Grimms?" Finally, something smart in this conversation. "I didn't have to. I can kill any Grimm I want. It's just that I have rules to follow." "Rules? But you are God." "Yes I am. And so are other. But I didn't kill them from my own will. It was you who gave me the order and changed everything." Questioned Ruby. "Let me explain. You see, a long time ago 2 gods interfered with the way that humanity work and give them power. It didn't go well and all the life was in danger. Because of this, we can't change the world as we wish. It is a rule. And here is where you come in. I'm your servant so I can change things that you want to. You know, since making a deal with one human isn't a rule. I don't break any rules and help you all in the same time. So let me see if I understand. You are a god," said Ruby. "Yup. And now you are my servant." "Yes. And you are going to do everything that I want." "Exactly. Everything. Give me any order, mistress." "Okay, first order. Don't call me that. And second order. I want cookies." This was the point that Yang decided to say something. "Ruby. What the actual fuck are you doing? That guy freaking decimated an entire army of Grimms. And you are sending him to bring you cookies. What is wrong with you?" Everyone agreed. "And what I am supposed to do? I'm not into the whole world domination thing. And don't want him to end all my battles. That would become boring in a short time," responded the younger girl. "I don't really care what orders is young lady giving me. So I will go and make some cookies for her," said the god. He leaved in a flash of light. The rest of the teens were having one thought in their mind. "I have a new religion." But Naruto still in his fox form. He was in the kitchen in his personal dimension. "Yes. He have one. Because why not? Let's get to work." He doesn't want the new master to wait too much. Back with Ruby. She was standing on a chair. In front of 1,000 students who are bowing to her. It seems that being the master of a god is a big deal. But it wasn't comfortable. Ah guys. You don't have to do this, she was not having fun at all. Ruby, you are my sis and all, but tell me. How do you manage to do something like this? It is you or did you just got lucky? Yang was having a hard time trying to believe what is happening. I seriously don't know, is going to be a long life. Let's start. Naruto was done. The cookies are ready and it took just 30 minutes. Though, he still need to hurry. His new master seemed really serious when she said that she want them. He lifted the plate with his tail and exit from his personal dimension. With Ruby. After him back, he was stunned by the image of Ruby standing on throne. And 1,000 students bowing to her. Naruto was lauding so hard on the inside. Young master, it seems that you adapted very well to your new position. Not really. Oh. Are those your cookies? She asked hungrily. Yes, these are pomade. I hope you enjoy them, said. Yang was changing her opinion about him very fast. Don't make puns. That's an order, declared Ruby with a blunt tone. As you wish. Ruby took one and started eating. She froze for a moment. After that, her eyes began to sparkle. 3, 2, 1. These are the greatest cookies ever. She yelled with a happy tone. I'm flattered by the compliment, master. She was devouring them. She took one after another until the plate was empty. Naruto was having a hard keeping himself from lauding like a maniac. His new master is a funny person. Hey, what's your actual name? Asked the girl. Naruto. Naruto, can we go to a more intimate place to talk? She was not having fun with what's happening right now. Like a bathroom? He asked with a smile. Like an empty room, said his master. As you wish. An empty room. Personal dimensional. Ruby found herself surrounded by nothing. Even the walls are white with no doors. I still have some questions, said Ruby, while trying to not freak out about the whole teleportation thing. Why is it me the one that you want to be your master? That's simple. I can't change the world or interfere with important events. So I was looking for a master that think in the same way as me. You are the one who decide the fate of this world now. No stress. No stress at all. The sarcasm was clear in Ruby's voice. But will the other gods be okay with this? I mean, it's me the one who give orders, but you are the one who does everything. No. I'm actually expecting them to come for our heads in the second they find out. In the second he finished his sentence, he was lifted and shaken by a freaked out Ruby. Then why did you bring me into this? I'm too young to die by the hands of the gods. She was crying and I'm tears. Because we still got a chance to escape from a death sentence. He was actually calm about this. Just believe me, master. I have a plan. You better do something. That's an order. And if we die because of this, I'm gonna kill you again. Won't he be already dead then? Asked a new voice. The tails, yelled Ruby. After that she turned around to see the source of the sound. She nearly fainted out of fear. Oh hey Shinigami. Grated Naruto, what bring you here? The death god was not happy, his outfit is the one from Naruto. He was taping his foot on the floor. Came here to see why haven't anyone died yet. But I got my answer, yeep. They are in troubles. It was his fault. Said Ruby. It doesn't matter. You two are coming with me. Boo but. Master, come on, is gonna be fine. I have a plan. Is us getting in troubles part of it? Asked Ruby with tears of defeat in her eyes. Yes. Yes it is. Naruto was not giving a shit about what is happening right now. Then I don't like it. In Kami's dimension. Shinigami, Naruto and a still crying Ruby appeared in the middle of a fancy looking room. It was really nice. Entering inside the room was Kami. And she doesn't look happy. She was a beautiful woman with long pure white hair and emerald green eyes. She was wearing a golden yukata. She stopped in front of Naruto. Can you tell me what was in your head? She was calm. For now. Saving the day. She gained a tick mark. Why did you interfere? Because master ordered me to. He pointed at Ruby. She looked at her for a second. And why is she your master? And don't you dare to give me another one-sentence answer again. I made a deal with her. Because I think she's perfect for the job. That's it. You have caused a gigantic mess. Give me explanations. She was pissed right now. Naruto was clearly enjoying this. Okay. Keep your pants on. You know my opinion about the Grimm thing. They are another stage in world's evolution. But let's face it. This is happening for far too long to be natural. They appear one after another and in a short time it will be impossible for humans and Franus to get rid of them. We need to do something. You keep saying this. But you don't have any evidence. And yet he does have a point. It's getting out of hand, said Shinigami. You too. Look, I know how hard it is to stand aside and watch all of this. But we all know what happened last time we interfered. We need to have hope that they will find a way. With this being said, Naruto, you will return to Haven. No. Excuse you? I said no. Why? Because I have a contract. Stop the contract. I don't want to. She was gonna punch him. Ruby could see it already. But of course, fate was cruel. She got a sadistic smile on her face. Well then. If you want to stay with the humans, so be it. But your godly powers will be sealed until you can bring any evidence. You can keep your mortal ones. Also, you are going to be bonded with that girl forever. Okay again. He was not giving a shit. And this was making her angry. Just get out of my realm already. After she said that, they were teleported back to Remnant. Becone. Ruby and Naruto appeared in front of the school. What was in your head? Now you don't have your powers and you need to stay with me forever, she said with a worried voice. No. I don't have godly powers until we have some evidence. And I don't really mind the second part, master, said the fox. Why? You are going to be my servant for all eternity. Why are you okay with this? I can't understand. She had no ideas what could happen next. Because I like the idea. It's funny to serve you. My life was so boring. But I'm with you for less than 3 days and I love it already. Ruby couldn't believe it. He said this without any kind of shame or sadness. He was a god. Yet he threw it away just to stay here and save them. But what happened next brought tears in her eyes. In a flash of light the fox disappeared and in its place was a 17-year-old looking boy. He has blue eyes, spiky blonde hair and tanned skin with 3 whisker marks on his cheeks. He was wearing a red trench coat with black flames at bottom with a black t-shirt and dark blue pants. In his feet were a pair of black sandals. Believe me. As long as I can help you all. I will do anything. He kneel in front of her, my master. He smiled. Not a fake one. The true smile. He was so selfless and kind. For him the others are more important than himself. She hugged him, with her head resting on his left shoulder. You stupid god, she was crying. His hands surrounded her body. It's funny. She was so sad about this. But he was happy. Deep down he had a feeling that he just made the greatest decision in his entire life. With Yang. This day was unbelievable. Her sister's cute little fox is a god that killed an army of Grimms. And now every student and teacher is a follower of the said god. And let's not forget the part where he and Ruby are not to be found. She looked everywhere. Except the entrance. Oh, there she is. With a good-looking boy. Was she crying? Yes, she is, and the guy is trying to cheer her up. When did Ruby got a boyfriend? Why I eat. Ruby, you backstabber. How do you dare to get a boyfriend before me? I was supposed to be the social one. She was not angry. Just surprised. And a bit jealous. He was hot in her opinion. Somehow exotic. He's not my boyfriend. Ruby forgot about her tears. She had a misunderstanding to clear. Then who is he? Then she saw his whiskers marks. Wait. Don't tell me. Is he the fox god? Yup. Naruto was relaxed as always. Can you tell me what happened while you and the sexy god were away? Long story short. The other gods weren't happy about the contract. Now they took his powers, said Ruby. Temporarily, continued Naruto. So you meet other gods? Asked Yang. Yeah. 2 to be more exact. Sis, I'm starting to think that the universe like to mess with you. I know. It's so annoying, declared Ruby. I want to sleep. It was a long day. And I'm hungry again. I will go and make some food until you find a place to rest. Or do you want me to come with you? Said Naruto. Do what you want. Too tired to give orders. The god was lauding on the inside. Again. He really has a funny master. Let's start. Next morning. Ruby just wake up. She had an awesome dream. She was a beacon and her fox was a god. And he was serving her. What a crazy dream, wasn't it? Good morning, master, she heard a voice. Good morning, Weiss. She looked at the source of the sound and saw Naruto standing beside her with a smile. Oh god, it wasn't a dream. What is she gonna do now? How long have you been sitting there? She asked, not sure if she want to hear the answer. Just 5 minutes. I spend all night making your room, master, he answered. Then she looked around. She was in an expensive looking room. Like one from a 5-star hotel. It was actually nice. Do you want breakfast or anything else? Yes. That would be nice. What do we have? I asked your sister about your favorite foods. So I brought you pancakes, cookies and a glass of milk for today. Yeah, she was happy about the menu. Also, Professor Opson was here not a long time ago. He want to talk with you. But don't worry, he didn't look angry. Okay, she was ready to change her pajamas. 2 things. 1, where are my clothes? And 2, can you leave the room? She had a deadpan look on her face. Of course. And your clothes are in the dresser. He exit the room. A normal school life. That was everything I wanted, said Ruby to herself. But Salem. Her plan was ruined. And the worst part is that Naruto served that girl now. A little girl of all things. He should be at her side, not with some 15-year-old brat. She will not accept this. At this rate they are going to fail. She need to do something. And she know exactly what. With Opson. They don't know what to do. Yesterday was a disaster. But thanks to their god, they all survived. Yes. He is a follower. How couldn't he? The entire world know what happened. And they are excited. The god is among them. He can help everyone to finally understand the true meaning of peace. They can learn from someone who may have knowledge beyond what they could ever dream to accomplish. And he was not the only one who think this way. Hell. Glinda, Oobleck, Port and even the students can't wait to meet him in person. Miss Rose is so lucky. To be chose by the god for such an important task is a great honor. But there is not time to be jealous. He need to prepare for an important meeting. And to deliver some bad news. Oh, and here they are. Ruby and Naruto entered his office. Ozpin was kind of nervous. Good morning, Miss Rose. Good morning, Mr. Opson. How can I help you? It's not about what you can help me with. It's more about what is happening right now. It was like walking on eggshells. One wrong step and it's gonna hurt. A lot. You see, the yesterday incident caused a lot of trouble for us. Even if the Grimms didn't damage anything, the informations about everything that happened spread across the world. And he couldn't say it. He was too scared. I had something bad? Asked Ruby, hoping for the best. Naruto was listening with a serious face. How do I say this without getting killed by a god? Thought Opson. And we can afford to have a god here. It's just that the entire world won't meet him. Including the teachers and students. He will most likely distract everyone just with his presence alone. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm honored that you choose to stay here. But I'm the headmaster and my duty is to train the students with the best of my ability. Ruby couldn't deny this. After all, who, in their right minds, will stay in class when a god is outside or anywhere close? I'm sorry, Miss Rose, but you can't attend Beacon anymore since you are his master and he need to be close to you. Opson was expecting a lightning or something else to hit him. Instead, Naruto was just standing there, thinking about something. Ruby's face was one of pure despair. Her dream was over. She was ready to cry again. I think I have a solution to this problem, said Naruto with a smile. In that moment Ruby forgot about the tears and turned to face him. Stop thinking. When you think about something we get in trouble, declared the girl. Her situation doesn't need to get any worse. But master, this will help you to stay here, said the god. She was ready to say something. Then she stopped and thinked for a second. After that she said, okay, I don't want know what do you have in mind. So do what you want. But don't you dare to get me in trouble again. She was still angry about her meeting with Kami and Shinigami. Very well then. Naruto walked next to Opson, leaned at his ear and whispered something. Headmaster's face gained a huge smile. It was like he won the lottery. I hope you will have a good year, Miss Rose. You can start tomorrow. Ruby was impressed. Nothing bad happened this time. Well, at least not yet. She will think about what he did later. This girl need to get ready for school. Outside. In the end it wasn't that bad, said Ruby. After all, this may be a great day. The birds are singing under the light of the sun and a lot of people are making a temple not far away from Beacon. Wait, what? Did something happen, master? What is going on there? He looked in the same direction as she. I'm not really sure. Do you want to go and see? Yeah. It looked like something that is related to you. When she finished her sentence, Naruto lifted her, bridal style, and start running toward the building. Ruby was too flustered to say anything about this. At the temple. Come on everyone. We need to finish this as soon as possible, said Weiss. She want to be on the good side of the god that saved them. It was the same case with the rest of students and teachers who are working at it. Hell, even Glinda Goodwitch was lifting large stones with her semblance. Need to say, princess, I didn't thought that you will be that interested in the whole temple thing, said Yang. Well, we have to do something. Gods don't come on earth to save mortals on daily basis. I agree with her, said a stoic Blake Bella Budidonia. She too was pretty much converted to the new religion. Still, I got to ask. Do you think that he will like it? I mean, is big and flashy and everything, but we are making this without knowing very much about him. Well, sorry, because I don't know anything about a god that doesn't appear in any history book, responded Weiss. Wow, chill out, Ice Queen. We understand this. She just got some doubts, so calm down. No need to make icy comments, jocked Yang. No one was lauding. God damn it, Yang, the said girl turned around. She saw her little sis being carried by the hot god. Lucky, thought the blonde beauty. Welcome, my lord. We didn't expect you to come here. Weiss was going to do anything to gain his trust or even internal Fangelish scream blessing. I'm sorry. But this title doesn't fit me anymore. I'm just a servant now. Ruby was still feeling awkward about how easy he kept saying this. Oh yeah. Anyways, as you can see, the temple will be ready soon. I can see this and I don't remember asking for one, he said with a smile. At this point everyone that was working at the temple was looking at him with hope. They really wished to make him happy with this. And yet, I can already tell that it will be masterpiece. Congratulations for your hard work. The effect was instant. Now they were even more determined to finish the temple. Blake was curious about his status and asked, sorry if this question will bother you in some way, but what god are you? Again, the attention of everyone was on him. Well, I do have a lot of titles, but usually I'm considered the god of peace. It's getting late. Hey Naruto, if you want you can stay here. I need to get some supplies before the shops close, declared his master. No, I'm fine. I will come with you. After all, what kind of servant would I be if I let my cute master all alone to do chores? Ruby's cheeks gained a new shade of red at his comment. The girls around her were so jealous. White Fang base. With Adam Taurus. He was thinking about the future. He's already working with Cinder, but with that god around he isn't sure anymore. He just want to make a world where the Fronis are not treated like animals. And if he managed to get him by his side, then Adam will be one step closer to it. He need to make him see how disgusting can the humans be. Maybe he will become his servant instead of that girl. Yes. With his power the White Fang will win the war. With Yami. The goddess was siding on her dead. She was wearing a black kimono with a golden sash. Her hair was long and black, reaching her back. Her eyes were purple, shining in the darkness of the room. Her slender body and pale skin could make any man fall in love with her. Even her face was perfect, a 20-years-old Akeno Himejima with a set outfit. Even if she was smiling, inside she was sad. You are so cruel, Naruto taught the goddess. I was here for such a long time and you never once noticed me. And now you become the servant. A simple mortal girl got so close to you in such a short time. It's not fair. I should be the one standing beside you. Tears were falling from her eyes. Love is a painful feeling. But she will not accept this so easy. This race is not over yet. That girl doesn't know what is coming. Beacon. Next morning. Ruby wasn't sure about what was going to happen. Yesterday she couldn't even walk on the street without having everyone passing by bowing to her. How will her classmates react? Master, please calm down. It's going to be okay, said the fallen god, trying to comfort her. The stress was clear on her face. How do you know? I just do, okay. Now you just need to go to the class and start working on your dream. I prepared you a snack and you have everything that you need. I will see you soon, master. You're right. I'll just go and see for myself. See you later, said Ruby while leaving to room. Naruto smiled thinking about that surprise she will get later. Class. Ruby just entered in the room and every eye was on her. Great. She took a seat next to her sister, who smiled at her. Morning, sunshine. Morning, sis. Tsuo, how is it going? Not too well. It's really hard to get used to it. Especially when everybody is listening to your conversation. She said the last part louder so they can get the point and stop. Truth to be told, they were all listening. Even Weiss and Perha. Rude. Anyway, care to explain the part where you said that you meet two other gods? Asked Yang, getting everybody's attention again. It was so bad. It was a guy who looked like he was some kind of demon and this mean pretty lady. She was so angry because Naruto made a contract with me. I think we are lucky that we are still alive. I don't really know, it happened fast. Is so you are in trouble or something? I can't say that. But Naruto is. They took his godly power for a while and he has to be my servant for eternity. So they are stronger than him? Asked Blake, who was seating next to her. I don't think so. They weren't using any formality, so I think they equal. They did this because he broke some rules to save us. Said Ruby. Soon they heard the bell and the door opened. Everybody was stunned. Even Ruby. The person who walked in front of the class, wearing a suit and a turtleneck sweater, was none other than our favorite blonde. Good morning, everyone. My name is Yuzumaki Naruto and I will be your teacher this year. I hope that we are going to have a good time together. The look on their faces was priceless. What? They couldn't believe it. A god is going to teach them how to become warriors. Whoa. Now I know that my methods of teaching are a bit outdated, but I will try my best to prepare you all to fight to keep your homes and families safe. Please don't be shy and ask me everything you want to know during the class. Said Naruto with friendly smile. The reaction was instant. They all lifted their hands, including Ruby, who wanted to know when did this happen. Then she remembered about yesterday and his secret conversation with the headmaster. Seeing that Ruby put her hand down, he went for the next person. Yes, Miss Xiaolong. Are you single by any chance? What could she say? He was looking good. Yes. But I don't see how is this related to the class. Miss Nikos, you are next. Sorry, but what will you teach us? She was so nervous. I will teach you how to fight. During my class I will make sure that you gain the experience needed to fight any kind of enemies. Now this would be the moment where I tell you to open your books and start reading about the Grimms and their weakness. He raised his own textbook just so he can throw it, God nowhere, but we will not do this. We, my dear students, are going to do this in the old fashion. By learning with your bodies. I'm talking about trial and error, Miss Xiaolong. The last part got Weiss off guard because she was already planning to be the top student and impress him. But if it comes just to battle skills, then Purah has all the chances to take that place from her. Now please follow me to the arena where you will fight among each other so you can learn your own weakness before we move to your enemies. In the same time. Osborne's office. The headmaster was sporting a shit-eating grin. General Ironwood was sitting in a chair across the table. Osborne, for the love of God, what is happening in your school like the rest of the world? He too heard about the God who saved them from destruction. He was here so he can meet him in person. As you can see, we are doing well. Thank you for your concern. Don't joke with me. The entire world know what happened. So tell me, how come that he is here out of all the places? It was his decision. He is now serving one of the students. Osborne was so glad that he had cameras inside his office. James' reaction was funny as hell. When he heard the last part, 3 things happened. 1. His eyes were wide open. 2. His jaw was hanging. 3. He almost fell out of his chair. Why in the world would a god serve a human? He asked, hoping for a good answer. I don't know and I don't care. I am alive, so are the students and teachers. And it's all thanks to him. I'm in no position to question his actions, said Osborne, not really caring about the reason. James was having a hard time processing this. He didn't got an answer, but he sure got more questions. Arena. Here we could see Ruby's class fighting against each other. They have been randomly paired with someone. Ruby was fighting against a girl which name she didn't know. Naruto was on the sideline watching everyone. He already saw a lot of mistakes in their fighting style, but it will not be problem. With a bit of training everything will be aok. Except John Ark. He needs some serious training. And maybe a little more courage. He will talk with him later. Looking at the time, he saw that the class was almost over. Okay everyone, please gather here for a moment. I'm happy to say that I see talent in each and every one of you. But you have a long way to go if you want to pass my class. This will be all for today, he said with a smile. Everyone was happy. A god just told them that they can become true warriors. Now this is something. Hardin and his gang were going to use this to make the other students from the school fear them. Purah was smiling. She was filled with determination to grow stronger. The same could be said about Yang, Blake, Weiss, Nora and Ren. John was stunned. Did the god just said that he got talent? Woo just woo. He was really questioning himself right now. With everything that happened in the last days, he thought that he will be expelled for his lack of skills. Ruby wasn't happy. Don't get her wrong, she liked the idea of having someone so strong as her teacher. But she doesn't want to be treated like some kind of doll because she is his master. The girl she fought earlier was holding back because of it. She could tell that. She wanted to be a hero, not a princess. She could only hope that it is just temporary. Later. Osborne's office. Ruby and Naruto are standing at the door, ready to enter. For some reasons the headmaster called them. As they entered, Ruby saw that he wasn't alone. With Osborne was strict-looking man. Please mean pretty lady. Don't let it be more troubles, thought the girl. Naruto was ready to laugh. He had an idea about what was she thinking. His master is a funny person. I'm glad to see you, Ruby, and you, my lord, said the headmaster. Meanwhile, James was preparing to speak with Naruto. Humble or not, he was still a god. He need to make a good impression. I'm honored to meet you, your holiness, said the man while bowing slightly. I'm James Ironwood, general of the Atlasian army. The pleasure is mine, said Naruto, forcing a smile. He didn't like formalities at all. But he seems to be a good guy. It's not like he can't at least try to endure it. I'm Yuzumaki Naruto, servant of Ruby Rose and god of peace. James smiled, thinking that he made a good first impression. Then he looked at Ruby. So Osborne was telling the truth. You do serve one of his students. Yes. But I assume that you came here for something else. Indeed I am. He was serious and somehow afraid. I want to know more about what happened during the initiation. And if there are going to be more attacks like this one in the future. I fear that there will be far more. And I can't deal with them with my power right now. This scared both of them. What do you mean by that, my lord? You defeated the army of Grimms without any problem, said Osborne. He isn't at full power right now, said Ruby, feeling like she need to speak. The other gods weren't happy with what he did and took his powers for a while as a punishment. Why would they do this? You saved us. You didn't do anything wrong, said James, very confused. The fact that I saved you is the problem. I can't understand. What do you mean by this? Asked Osborne. Let me explain. A long time ago, a goddess named Kagaya enslaved the entire humanity by keeping them in illusion. Her sons couldn't stand and let this happen after they learned about the evil she was capable of. The fight between them ended with the mothers defeated. The three were captive by the story so far. One of the sons decided to give humanity a power named chakra. This power changed over time and became aura. At first the humans started wars as their minds were clouded by the circle of hate. After an entire era of bloodsheds, the peace finally came. The gods decided to not interfere with humanity, so they created a barrier around the planet that will make it impossible for us to unleash our full power while we are in the mortals' realm. Okay, now I understand why are you in trouble for saving us. But how come that you are able to use all your power? Said James. I could because the barrier was destroyed years ago. Just 4 gods, including me, know about this. The other 3 think that it faded because of the major events that happened in the last thousands of years. They are trying to keep it a secret from the others since there are some gods that would try to influence the world once they find out about it. But I think someone broke it and he or she is messing around with the Grimms. Why are you telling us about this? Asked Ruby. This is going to be either dangerous or deadly for humanity. Even she could tell this. I'm telling you this because we need an army to stop what is happening. And you can gather this army. I've been around a while so heard about you too. And believe me when I say that we need a lot of help. Normally I would try to ask the other gods for help, but Kami is so stubborn about keeping this a secret and Shinigami and Yami are with her on this one. Why is she trying so hard to keep it a secret? It's this that important for her? Asked Ruby. She was heartbroken when the humans caused so much death and pain. Now she is scared of what could happen if another evil god or goddess will find a way to wage such a war again. Shinigami think that she is right. Yami on the other side doesn't even care about humanity, but it will be a pain for her to deal with a possible fight among the gods. I know that it's happening really fast, but please help me win this war once and for all, finished the god with a soft voice. Ozpin and James were surprised to say at least. This was way deeper than what they initially thought. I think that the end is coming, since the god of peace is telling us that war is the single way out. But you can count on me my lord, said Ozpin with determination in his eyes. Well, I was already preparing the army for the Grimms. You can count on me as well, responded the general. I'm happy to hear this. Later. Ruby's room. Ruby was still shocked about the whole thing. They are going to war. How could she sleep while knowing this? Then a thought crossed her mind. Hey Naruto. Yes master. Why did you need to make a contract? You already broke some rules. Why didn't you broke all of them? As long as I have a contract with a human none of them can force me to leave this realm. But are you really okay with the serving me forever thing? We can find a way. Maybe you can get free from the contract if we show them that you are right. Maybe. But we have to do this another time since you have school tomorrow. You ruin our awesome moment, she said while preparing to sleep. Naruto could only smile. His master is truly a funny person. Next morning. Team RWBY's room. Yang was ready to go to class. So were Weiss and Blake. It's hard to believe that the whole mess from a while ago really happened. Everything was peaceful. Well, not everything. Her dad had a panic attack when he found out about it. And he passed out again when she told him about the fox Ruby found being a god that saved them. She had to wait 30 minutes so he could wake up and calm down, just so she can tell him that he is now Ruby's servant. He passed out again after that. Other than that there was nothing wrong. They are even close to finishing the temple. It really is a masterpiece if she do say so herself. She had to mention that over 2,000 students and some teachers can do a lot if they put their mind into it. The temple is made out of stone and shaped somehow like a H, the main body being in the center with a giant tower coming from the middle. There were also 4 other towers at the ends of the lines. Those were connected together by corridors. It looked like a Mayash temple. They still have to work on the inside. But it's still lacking something. A meaning behind it. It need that vibe of importance. Maybe they should ask Ruby to convince Naruto to bless the whole thing once it's done. Now that's something for another day though. The blonde bombshell. The heiress was thinking about how should they make interior of the temple. A lot of people said illustrations of the mighty battle painted on the walls would be a good idea. But in the other hand, there are some people, including herself and Blake, that prefer the written version carved in the main body. We may as well do both of them. It's not like the money our problem. Or maybe we should make status that have parts of the story written on the lower part. That would be long-lasting and impressive in the same time. She was into it. Hell, even her father told her to do anything to make the god happy. Blake was barely awake. She couldn't sleep at all. And that was a strange thing since she was a cat Franus. Think Blake, think. You need to make amends for the time you were in White Fang. If he find out about it I am so dead. She was so scared that it wasn't even funny. She was part of a terrorist group. No matter how you look at it, he will send her to hell for all the bad things she did. Team Juniper's room. John was really happy. Why? Because everything is alright in his world. He is a student at Beacon. Everyone was too busy, either training or working at the temple, to bully him. And right now he is going to have a nice breakfast. He couldn't ask for more. Perha was excited. But this going on, everyone forgot about her fame. Now she can live a normal high school life. Well, as normal as it can since they have a god as a teacher. Ren is having some troubles. Nora is energetic like usual and he has to stop her from destroying or breaking anything. It is a hard job and has all my respect for not going insane from all the time spent around Nora. Cafeteria. Both teams, without Ruby, were standing at the same table. "How's it going, guys?" asked the blonde bombshell. "Pretty well actually. We are going to take a break today after the school is over. Do you want to hang out with us?" said John. "A break is a good idea. With all the work at the temple and the school I barely had time for myself. I will pass this one. We still got a long way to go until we are done," said Blake. "You know, since we are talking about the temple, I need an opinion. What do you think is better? Paintings on the wall or statues?" Weiss was taking this very serious. "I say statues. They seem far more interesting than paintings," said Nora. "I don't know what to say. We need to save as much space as possible. Hundreds of people will want to visit it. And I think that soon there will be some priests that will use the place," declared Perha. "The new religion is very popular. But the statues may look good in the garden. I heard some people with relation are going to bring some rare species of flowers," said Ren. "Do you know what else would look good outside?" His attitude, said Yang, pointing at Cardin and his team. He was pulling a rabbit Fronis's ear. "I'm going to beat him black and blue if he doesn't stop soon." Blake was ready to go and help her, but somebody was faster than her. "Stop it and let her go," the voice belonged to our beloved Ruby. Cardin let go of her ear. He didn't want to anger this girl. "Come on, Ruby, what is wrong with showing the animals who is superior? Our god took human form after all." At the end of the sentence, a plate hit him in the face. "Who gave you to power to choose who is superior, asshole? And what is this bullshit about him having a human form? Everyone can tell that he is a fauna," said a boy with wolf ears and claws. His hair is black, so were his eyes. And was as tall as Cardin, but a bit slimmer. "What's the problem, Kerr? You can't handle the truth," said a random girl from a different table. At this point the entire cafeteria became a war zone. Everyone was standing up, shouting. Cardin and the wolf boy were already fighting with their bare hands. The other followed soon. Ruby and her friends tried to stop them, but they were outnumbered. The riot continued for 10 minutes. After that, Glinda entered and the following wasn't a nice image. A lot of students got detention. Those are the lucky ones. Meanwhile, with Naruto and Ozpin. "My lord, I know that I have no rights to ask this, but I beg you to hear my request." "You're way too formal, Ozpin. Please do tell me why did you want to meet me? A friend of mine is in great danger. I thought that I can save her, but at this rate she will die very soon. You want me to help her? Please help her. She is one of the 4 maidens and she can help us in our fights." "The 4 maidens?" he said, trying to remember something. The ones from the legend. "I do remember something about them from my spy. Are you talking about the one who was targeted by the Black Queen?" "Yes. They left her in a critical condition and took half of her power. Maiden or not, you shouldn't be afraid to ask me this. Take me to where she is. Ultra secret huge chamber with high-tech things. That thing was there before the attack. Where did he got money for it? Here she is. They did a number on her, that's for sure. But don't worry, I got this. I just hope that Shinigami won't come after my head for it." Soon after his hands start to glow with a green light. The scars began to fade. Her eyes opened slow, adjusting to the light. "Ma, what happened?" asked the maiden. "Where am I?" "Among friends," said Ozpin with a smile. "You are among friends now." "Ozpin? Where exactly are we and what happened? I had such a weird dream." "It wasn't a dream, Amber. We barely saved you. But our lord healed you." "Lord?" She looked at the person next to her. Truth to be told, she find the man normal. Why would Ozpin call him lord? "It's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name?" said Naruto with a smile. "I'm Amber. I think that I should thank you for saving me." "You don't need to. Now I will take my leave. I have a class waiting for me and Ozpin have to talk with you." He left the room with a smile. "So lord. A lot of things happened in the past week." "Class. Good morning, Averio," he stoked when he saw that nobody was there. "Where are they?" "My lord." He turned his head to see Glinda. "Yes. My lord, I'm so sorry to waste your time, but the class is suspended today." "Why?" he asked with a genuine curiosity. "Well, in this morning. With Team RWBY and the rest. The tensions suck. It's actually sad how so many people start fighting because of a racist comment. Oh my god, Yang. You really had to punch those guys. Because of you we have to sit here," shout Weiss angry. "They had it coming. They didn't listen when we told them to stop, said Yang, trying to defend herself, and I'm not the only one to blame here. Nora did the same thing. Can you please stop? It's already bad in it that we are here when we should be at the fighting class. He will be so angry, said Ren, internally blaming his friend for this situation. Come on guys, he is a good person. I don't think that he will. Fate did what? Ruby was interrupted by Naruto's angry voice. Well, he will say that it was nice knowing you because we are so dead right now, said John with a matter-of-fact type of voice. The others agreed with him. But Adam. The entire organization was very active. As soon as his spy from Beacon give the signal, they will strike. They just have wait. Adam was watching his men working. Soon, my lord. You will see that humanity isn't worthy and you will finally bring us victory, said the leader to no one. You look very busy. Having some plans. Adam turned around to see the owner of the voice. As he expected, he saw Cinder with her minions. What do you want? Why the hostility? I thought that we are allies, said the beauty in playful manner. You will stay out of this. That if you still want us to be allies, said the faunus. He never trusted this woman. Very well, said Cinder, not really caring, but I have to say, you look ready to go to war at any moment. I just wanted to know what will be my part in this game of yours. It doesn't have anything to do with you. Now leave. Cinder walked away. She has to report this to her mistress. Beacon. Auditorium. They are done for. This is the end. They are going to die for sure. Every student was called for an important announcement. And every teacher was standing on the podium. Except Naruto. What do you think is going to happen? Asked Blake. We are going down. That's what is going to happen, said Yang. He is going to make us regret the fact that we are living. His scream from yesterday said everything. Well, at least I'm going to leave a beautiful corpse behind. Please Pancake God help us. Nora, no one can help us. We are doomed this time. The last thing we can do is to accept our fate with dignity, said Ren with his eyes closed. Come on guys. There has to be a chance to escape alive from this. I mean, he is not a bad person. This could be just a warning, since it is the first time something like this happened. Declared John with a hopeful voice. More like first time in that morning. This kind of things happen all the time around the world. We are just the ones who got it worst. You didn't saw the news. Said Yang. Beside her, Purah noted with a sad look. Well, I'm trying to cheer you up. At least Snow Angel is on my side. He finished pointing at Weiss, who was writing something on a piece of paper. Try again. I'm writing my testament. P.S. I am blaming Cardin Winchester for my death. She wrote the last part while speaking out loud. Does anyone know where is Ruby? With Ruby and Naruto. Come on Naruto. I know that this is bad, but please calm down. We can solve this problem. Master. Okay, I admit that it was bad. But I don't think that they deserve a punishment. Master. Please think about it. If you tell them to stop fighting they will stop. After all their respect. Ruby. The girls stop talking. If I tell them to stop, they will just start again when I am not around. Your order can stop me anytime, but I think that you agree with me when I say that we need to take measures. Why yes. But I don't want to hurt someone or anything along that line in the process. I'm sorry Ruby, but this is up to them. I have what I have to do as a god of peace. To bring mortals together and help them grow. Even if I have to teach them in the hard way. At least tell me, what are you going to do? I will tell you all soon. Please go in the auditorium. I will explain everything there. I'll see you there, said the girl with a defeated tone. She saw him leaving with a frown on his face. Back in the auditorium. Ruby, what happened? Why are you late? Asked Yang. I was with Naruto. He is really angry right now. I don't know what should we expect from him. The crowd fell into silence when Naruto got on the stage. The tension was unbearable for the students. I think that you are asking yourself, why are you here, started the blonde god. Well, you are here because it seems that you too much free time and you all choose to spend it fighting. Usually, I would turn my head at something like this. But the reason of this fight made it clear that I have to step in. As a punishment for your action, tomorrow you all will take part in a special mission. And I don't want to hear any excuses. You start at 6 a.m. at the cliff and I hope that you all will be there. Prepare yourself with enough ammunition and food for several days. I'm already disappointed. Didn't make him angry. To be frank, everyone was scared shitless. Tomorrow is going to be hell and they could already feel the pain. By it. This means that he is not angry yet. Or John, shut up, said his friends. Later. With Naruto and the teachers. My lord, I respect your decision, but I think that this is too sudden. We have to train them as soon as possible, declared Osborne. I know this better than anyone. But this racism has to stop. If the humans and the faunus are going to fight like this, there will be no future for this world. My spy said that the white Fang is already planning something big and we still don't know who is pulling the strings. It's time to act, husband, and I need your help. What can I do? I want you to make sure that no one, other than the students, is going to enter an Emerald Forest tomorrow. Leave the rest to me. Very well. We will make sure that no one is going to disturb you and your plan. But I have to ask, who is this spy? It has to be an important person if you trust his words. You will learn when the time comes. But if I'm not around, there is a way to make sure that it's the real one. That person will tell you this phrase. The spilled blood won't be washed by the swirl of time. Remember it and don't tell it to anyone, clear? Yes, said the teachers in the same time. Cliff. 5:57 a.m. The wasted land that was once the Emerald Forest filled every person who see it with despair. As expected, every student was there. And they are afraid of what their god is going to do. After all, they brought upon them the wrath of a being capable of destroying them in the blink of an eye. Ruby wasn't very cheerful, but who could be at this point? Even so, her team was quite worried for their leader. Hey sis, is there something on your mind? If it's about this mission, then you can relax. It's not like we are going to die. No Yang, you don't understand. It's my fault. I was trying to help, but it ended up with a small version of a civil war. Hey. I don't want to hear you saying something like that again. You stood up to protect that girl and I'm proud of you for this. End of the story. I have to agree with Yang. You had the best intentions when you stopped Cardin. Don't feel bad because it didn't work out well. Said Blake with a smile. Thanks guys. Is there any chance that you have any clues about this mission? Asked Weiss. Not even one. But I think that is going to start, said Ruby, pointing to right. Coming from that direction was our blonde-haired god. He was wearing his red cloak with a bag on his back. I'm happy to know that you all took my advice. His voice was full of authority. Now we will start. He turned to face the remaining of the forest. He clapped his hands together, leaving the students confused. Was he praying? Soon the earth began to shake. From the flat ground, a huge mountain rised in a matter of seconds. From what they could tell, it seems that the top was actually flat ground. But they could also see a large number of ravines and caves. After the earth stopped shaking, numerous trees started growing until the mountain looked natural. Like it was always there. The students had to catch their jaw, otherwise it would hit the ground. Weiss used her hands to hide her open mouth. Ruby and Nora couldn't find any word to describe how awesome they think it was. Ren tried his best to be calm. Whoever said that you can't move mountains by yourself can suck a lemon. Just when you know what to expect from him. I will hide somewhere in this mountain. Your objective is to find me and take this. He lifted his arm, showing a bell, but I will not give it to any of you. This mission will be over when one of you will manage to steal it from me. I will not use any of my powers, just hand-to-hand techniques. There will be just one winner, the rest will be expelled. The last part scared everyone. Their dreams are going to end today. This is insane. Is this for real? Is this how it's going to end? I wish you all good luck. He disappeared, leaving them behind. They all thought the same thing. What am I going to do? Salem's castle. Salem was standing on her throne, waiting for Cinder, Emerald, Mercury, Roman and Neo. The last events made her question the quality of her army. Arthur Watts, Tyrion Kalos, Cinderfall and Hazel Reynard are skilled warriors. And they are far more than loyal to her cause. They want to bring an end to this era and make a new one from the ash. Her Grimms are the perfect soliders. Fearless, obedient and always ready to strike. But none of them stand a chance against Naruto. Yet she has to play her part in her master's plan. No matter the cost. So she need more followers and those 4 will do just fine. They just need motivation. They need learn what are they fighting for. Salem raised her head as the door opened. Cinder entered with the candidates. Cinder, I hope you bring good news. I'd wish to mistress. But I'm afraid that our plan will be delayed. My last meeting with Adam made it clear to me that we can no longer trust the White Fang. I really think that they may stand in our way at this point. Salem closed her eyes for a second. They could tell that she wasn't happy. She took a deep breath and spoke with a calm voice, we will take care of this later. Now we have things far more important to deal with. The 4 of you can roam around the castle until we are done here. You will be summoned after that. Cinder, you will stay. The 4 villains left without a word. They didn't want to anger the white-skinned woman. Pastel's corridors. Well, that was one to say welcome to someone, said Roman, while lighting one of his cancer sticks. Maybe next time she will throw us to the Grimms. We are the bad guys, Roman. We don't say welcome and we don't act nice. I thought that you knew this already. Said Emerald, ending his reaction. At least we don't have to listen to all those boring things. We can just sit around and relax. Mercury wasn't a patient person. Good point, kid. You may be a better company than Miss Sunshine and Rainbows over here. Before she could reply, her attention was caught by the silent girl who just entered in one of the many rooms. It had a dark double door, bigger than the rest. "Neo, where are you going?" yelled Roman. He followed the girl and entered in the room, with Emerald and Mercury not far behind. Inside the room they could see bookstands after bookstands. They are clearly in a really big library. "Never seen so many books in my entire life," said Mercury. "Knowing you, that's definitely truth. Come on kids. I know that your generation avoid any book like it's a bad food, but we have to find Neo. She is worse than a goddamn 5-year-old child. Every time I'm not around she just find a way to get in troubles or destroy something. Well, we better start searching, because this place is Hug found her." Emerald was cut off by Mercury, who was pointing toward the far end of the room. She was looking at a statue of a person. As the group approached her, they could finally see whose statue it was. And they were surprised. "What in the hell is this thing doing here?" said Roman, not really sure about the whole thing. "I know that I'm not the smartest one at the group, but even I know that this shouldn't be here. For once I agree with you." Neo just stood there, staring at it. In front of them was a statue of Naruto wearing his sage cloak. Its hands were spread, like it was ready to embrace someone. In front of it was a table. On it they could find a book and 2 candles on each side of it. The book itself was old. The cover was made out of leather and the corners have golden edge. In the center of the cover they could see a big red spiral with the title Legacy of the Keepers under it. "Does any of you want to know what is that book about?" asked Emerald, hoping that one of them will read it so she wouldn't get in trouble under any circumstance. "I'm hurt that you are puting me to do something like this. You know very well that I signed enough to be struck by a light knight if I touch anything related to the gods," said Roman with a fake hurt tone. "I don't like books that don't have pictures," said Mercury. Neo just took a step back. Howard's Emerald shook her head at their antics. She lifted the book and opened it at a random page. From what she could tell, it was some kind of Bible. It was full of quotes from various people that she knows nothing about. She started reading one of them out loud. "We shall not fear death or pain. We are the warriors that fight in the name of our one and only savior. We are the last leaf that hold on the tree born from his sacrifice and knowledge. A tree that will not be burned by the fire of our enemies. Gather your strength and rise against the followers of the false gods and gods that seek to end the peace that he created for us. Rise and sing the name of our true God on the fields of victory and glory. Win this war and he shall come back to us from his prison and guide us in a new era of peace and prosperity. Tenchi Evergreen Yuzumaki, High Priest of the Keepers." She finished. Wait. You just said Tenchi Evergreen. Like in the Tenchi Evergreen that started the last war between kingdoms?" asked Roman with a shocked expression. "ITHNK so. But this doesn't make any sense. He didn't start the war for religious reasons. He tried to conquer Atlas so he could monopolize the majority of the dust resources. Every history book say this." "That was a lie," said a voice behind them, scaring the hell out of them. They turned to see Salem. He said that he wanted the dust so no one will find out that he is a keeper. "LL Lady Salem, we are sorry. We didn't know that this are classified informations. Don't worry. This library was made so people could learn about all of this. This is the reason why the older generation of keepers was so persistent about maintaining the books in a good condition. You have in your hands the latest adaptation, but here you can find books older than the kingdoms." "Hey. I don't want to sound ignorant or anything, but what are the keepers?" asked Roman with a genuine curiosity. Salem smiled. "Do you really want to know?" Salem's castle. The 4 were caught off guard by the question. "What do you mean by are you sure?" "Of course we want to," said Mercury with confidence. Salem was clearly amused by the silver-haired boy. "If it was that simple, I wouldn't ask, young one. The answer to this question is a secret older than you can imagine. I will kill if this is what it takes to keep it this way. So I will rephrase. Are you ready to take this answer to the grave?" Emerald was he next to speak, a bit afraid about the outcome of her actions. "I believe that we already know too much. So I want to learn the rest of it if it's possible." "I'm with her. You got me curious. First the statue and the strange book. Now some kind of secret organization. Have to say, ma'am, you really know how to keep the suspense around here." Neo made a sealed lips gesture. Salem turned her head toward Mercury. He nodded with a frown. He doesn't like where this is going, but he is not going to die today. "Very well," said the woman with a content smile, "because this is the reason for your presence today. Now follow me." As she walked toward the exit of the library, the other tailed behind. "The keepers are more than an organization. We are, as our name suggests, the keepers of the oldest belief in history. We make sure that ways of the ancient times stay alive. But how about we start with the beginning, shall we?" She opened the door and continued her explanation as they walked down the corridor in the opposite direction to the throne room. A long time ago, during an era of war and betrayal, an infant was born. From the very beginning of his life, his path was coated with the blood of his loved one. Alone in a cruel world, he suffered in silence more than any other man, woman and child. Treated like a demon for things that were out of his control, he vowed to rise and gain the respect of the ones around. Through pain and blood he gained powers beyond our wildest dreams and became a god. His name is Yuzumaki Naruto, the one who brought peace in a land that forgot the very meaning of this word. Wait. You want to say that the god that destroyed an entire army not long ago was a human? Asked Roman, shocked to the very core. This could be said about the other three. Yes. Even if the very history can't remember him and his karahe, he was just a child that wanted the best for the entire world. In his adventures, he met a priestess. The young girl that had a destiny to follow. She, like many before her, including her mother, had to chase a demon that wanted to conquer the world with his undying army. No matter how many times a priestess would sacrifice, he always returned, just in time to haunt the next generation. But with his help, she managed to destroy the monster in such a way that he wouldn't return for a long time. They stopped him from conquering our world, but she ended up falling in love with a strong warrior. At that time, he was still a human. Because of her status, she couldn't marry him. But she asked him to help her to give birth to the next generation of priestess. He accepted and gave her 2 daughters. Before their birth, a great war burst. During the wild fight between good and evil, many lives were lost. When the final battle arrived, he was in the first lines of the army. His bravery and power made everyone to follow the young legend. In the end, they were victorious, and he became the god that we know today. How is this related with everything that is happening right now? Mercury, even if he was impressed by the story so far, couldn't relate any of this with the keepers. That my boy was the start of everything that we see today. After he learned about his daughter's birth, our god returned to the priestess. Even if he couldn't love her in the same way she loved him, it didn't stop our hero from assisting at the girl's growth. He taught them everything about how to maintain the peace. The 2 loved their father dearly and listened to every word he said. But even so, the elder one took after his steps and started wandering around the world. The younger one stayed with her father and formed a family at their mother's shrine. They are considered to be the first keepers. In the same time, the eldest established in the land of her father's ancestors. She and her family are the first followers. Everything was perfect. The humanity finally achieved peace. But like all the good things, it didn't last. 20 years later, he called his eldest daughter back and told them these words: "You are my family and the only treasure I could ask for. This is why I wish to see you follow your own path in life to the very end. But I can't stay on Earth forever. The other gods spoke to me and they want me to go in their realm. Soon I will be gone and you will most likely never see me again." His tears held great sadness, and yet, his smile warmed their hearts. "My daughters, I want you to live without me and never regret anything. You should live how you want, like true Yuzumaki do. And when the time comes, you will see the heaven and its beauty. From now on, you should make your own decisions." The 2 women were crushed by this thought. It was hard for them to accept the fact that they will not see their father again. The eldest was stubborn and refused to let him leave them forever. The younger was scared. Her father was a constant in her life. A pillar of strength that was always there. No matter what they said, he lived and gave them his blessing as a last gift. It doesn't matter how many years will pass, the blood of their children will stay the same. Even now, after so many generations, we still resemble him in a way or another. We? You want to say that you are in Yuzumaki? Emerald Sustrai heard a lot of crazy things in her life, but to hear someone say that he or she is the descendant of a god is something new. Salem Yuzumaki. Yes. I am the last of the long line of peoples born from the younger Dogther. And the last true Yuzumaki. True? It was Roman's turn to ask. I have his blood in my veins. But the Yuzumakis were always willing to share their name with any brother or sister in arms. She smiled and turned to face them. "I have to stop your history lesson here." They all saw a huge door in front of them. It looked like the entrance in a church. "The rest are waiting for us." As she opened the wooden door, the 4 could see that inside Arthur, Tyrion, Cinder and Hazel were waiting for them. Like the rest of the castle, the chamber had a Gothic design. What made this chamber so different was the wall from the far end. Instead of bricks or stones, they saw a large vitralium. The image created by 1,000 pieces of glass represent Naruto, standing over what seemed to be hell itself. Above him was a clear sky that was in contrast with the bottom. His hands were spread, and his body looked like it was made out of golden flames or energy. The strangest thing in that image, however, was the red-eyed crow on his right shoulder. Its beak was right beside his ear, like it was whispering something to him. In the center of the room was a stone altar with many candles and a silver box, big enough to be held in one hand. On it, Watts was the first to speak. "I see that you finally grace us with your presence." He was clearly annoyed by their tardiness. Hazel and Cinder were not as angry as Arthur, but they glared at the 4. Tyrion was his usual self. Plain crazy and ready to blow in laughters, like someone was telling him jokes that only he could hear. I have to take the responsibility for this. It was me who allowed them to come in a slow pace so I could enlighten them about the truth of this world," said Salem with her usual calm voice. "But we don't have time for petty excuses. Today we will welcome our new brothers and sisters. High Priestess, I never questioned your decisions, but are you sure that this is the right choice? We are warriors that fight for his glory. Is it really a good idea to let some sophistry trats to join us? This is blasphemy. They will most likely offend our Lord with their very presence." Watt's outburst surprised even Kalos. "I understand your concern, Doctor. But in your attempt to proclaim our mighty goal, you forgot his teachings. May you remind me the first lesson," said the white-skinned woman with a strict tone. He avoided her look and glared with hate at the four newcomers. "Our skin, blood, name and past shall never decide who we are. The true value of a soul is determined by what are we willing to die for," he said with a bitter voice while trying to burn a hole in the street rats' heads with his gaze. "Very well. Now, I don't want to hear any more useless hostility. Please come closer." The last part was addressed to the four behind her. They have complied, standing in straight line Roman, Mercury, Emerald and Neopolitan in this order from left to right, halfway through to the altar, waiting for anything to happen. Taking the box in her right hand, Salem spoke again. "You are here today because I think that you are worthy to be Yuzumaki." Their reactions were different. Roman was speechless. Mercury and Emerald's eyes are wide. And Neo? Well, she wasn't very affected by this. She was just going with the flow at this point. Plaza no Rick and Morty rape jokes. Can you blame her? But only you can decide if you accept. So I am going to ask. Are you ready to embrace our ways and help us bring this disgusting world back to its past glory? Barely thought about this for a bit. And the answer was the one expected. Mercury replied with a shit-eating grin and a confident yes. Emerald looked a bit reluctant but said yes. Neo nodded happily. And Roman smiled. "I'm in." Salem was pleased by their answers. "Even if you aren't related with our family, you hold the traits that define us." She started walking toward them. Once she was in front of Neo, she opened the box, revealing 4 necklaces. The thin silver chain was long enough to be put around the neck without any troubles. The pendant was a round black metal plate, 1.5 centimeters diameter. One of the sides was covered by a red gem, shaped like a swirl. It was identical with the one that the book cover had. "When words won't do nothing, we act." Neo took one. "When life take everything from us, we survive." Emerald gained a small smile and got hers. "When they try to oppress us, we rise and fight." Mercury's grin was still on his face as he put his necklades immediately. "And finally, when we are overpowered, we get stronger." Roman was taken aback by the declaration but took his without a question. "We welcome you with open arms. Together we shall succeed in our quest. This is all for today. Tomorrow I will teach you about the rest of our history. You may leave," said Salem with a smile. They start walking toward the door without a word. This is a lot to process. Later. Back in the library. Emerald was the first to enter. "Why do you keep following me?" "Because I don't know this place at all and I'm not going to wander around in a creepy castle surrounded by Grimms." "Sue me," yelled Mercury. "Oh. It'll do it with the first occasion. And what do you want?" asked the girl, looking at Roman. "Well, this is not how you should act with your new brother, is it, sis?" Her eye twitched for a moment. "But don't worry, I'm not here to make jokes about us being a family. I'm here because you two are Cinder's pets in nearly every sense of the word. I want answers from her and I'm more than 100% sure that our favorite walking flamethrower will come here to give you a treat for your achievement. You have my congratulations. Maybe next time she will start seeing you as humans." His mocking tone was getting on Emerald's last nerve. She snapped her head in Neo's direction, waiting for her answer. The ice cream-themed girl just shook her shoulders. She was just tagging along. Just great, she was that close to losing her mind right now. This idiots can't give her a break. "Why are you here?" "Woo Mercury. Such a great question. Why would I be in the library after everything that just happened?" "So you want to learn more about all this keeper thing?" "Why? Our new teacher is going to explain everything tomorrow. Why bother with all this dusty books? Are you planning to be first in our class or something?" "I just want to satisfy my curiosity faster. Even with her story, we still have a lot of holes in the big picture. And Roman is not the only one with questions. Don't bother me." She walked away from the group. Mercury nudged the Olayer man in the arm and said, "She wants me." "Yeah, sure. Anything that let you sleep tonight, kid." Ruby is using her semblance to search through the sea of trees. Occasionally she would find a clearing or a path that lead to an uncertain direction. This mountain is crazy. She started her sprint half an hour ago and yet she couldn't find anything. "Come on Ruby, think where would I be if I was a god? The top of the mountain is too obvious and there are at least 500 students that are going there. Ah, I wish that my team stayed targeter." After the shocking declaration, everyone just went in the forest at high speed. There are no teams left at this point that she know of. Weiss was the first to go, followed by Blake. She and Yang were left behind, not sure about what should they do. Unfortunately, Yang decided to run as well. Ruby couldn't blame her. After all, being a huntress will be a great help in her personal mission. Even if she couldn't see Team JNPR, they most likely divided. It's hard to tell when everything around you is a mass of people who are in panic. She started to think about a plan that was around 3 hours ago. He told us to bring enough food and ammunition for several days. This means that there are no chances for him to be found so fast. And even if someone find him, they still have to steal the bell from him. It will take a lot more than a single person to do this. Ruby had to fight the urge to kick something. How in the name of the mean pretty lady Kami should I do this alone? He has more experience in battle than all of us put together. But I am faster, I guess. He said that he will not use any power until someone get that bell. So I have a chance to take him by surprise. I just have to wait for the right moment. It wasn't the greatest plan ever. It was barely a plan. But for now, this is the only thing that has a chance. She cursed her basic type semblance. Even if she got a great speed, she is no way as wavering as the other. She saw them during the spars in Naruto's class, and they have bigger chances. Weiss has her glyphs. She can freeze him or use them to gain more speed. She is unpredictable, and this is very helpful in this situation. Blake can use her clones to engage him in a close quarter fight without taking too much damage. Let's not forget that she is stealthy. Yang is probably the only one who can resist in a hand-to-hand fight with him. Her semblance allow her to take every hit and use it to power herself up. Any of them can handle this situation better than her. But even if I get the bell, it will be worth destroying everyone's dreams. With John. Same time. Come on. You have to be joking with me. He didn't had the best start. The wave of students forced him to go the forest, otherwise he would have been flattened by the hysterical crowd. This is the initiation all over again. But this time Perha won't come to help me. If another army of Grimms will come in our way, I will be pissed. One potential death is enough for a month, thank you very much. That wasn't even the worst thing. He is now separated from his team, with idea where he is. Just perfect. His thoughts were interrupted by the rustling of leaves. Please be one of my friends. Please be one of my friends. Please. Please. I said please, damn it. 5 hours later. With Blake. It's been 8 hours since the start and she couldn't find him. But nobody seems to. She was jumping from branch to branch like a true ninja. She passed a lot of groups that chose to work together for now. She heard them while they were talking about any locations they didn't check yet. As expected, the top of the mountain was a decoy. The eastern region is full of students and yet no one found anything. The mountain is apparently in the middle of the forest. It's hard to say how many are in the north, west and south region, since every student that climbed on top could just go in a random direction after. But why do I have the feeling that we are chasing our own tail? This forest is just too confusing. He can be anywhere. It will take days to search every inch of this forest, and we would still have to search in the caves after, even if we are over 2,000 peoples. There has to be some clues. She was one of the first to reach the top of the mountain. From there she couldn't see anything suspicious. Just a sea of green trees that goes on and on. Did he really hide in a random place? No, there has to be something related to the reason of this punishment. But how? She stopped for a moment. It's time for a break. Running like a maniac isn't going to bring anything good. But Ren and Nora. Same time. Northeast region. Do you think that he is near the base of the mountain? Asked the invisible girl. Who? Naruto or John? Ren was concerned about his team leader, but their current mission was far more important. And it's not like any Grimm is going to pop out of the blue anywhere near. After the start, they had been separated due to the crowd. It was thanks to Nora, who managed to catch their hands, that they are still together. Rennie, can we take a break? Nora nearly moaned out of exhaustion. Her stomach rumbled. She was getting hungry as well. The teenager sighed at his friend's antics. Okay. We can take a break. Of course, if you don't mind. Hera shook her head. I don't see anything bad in this. We can use this time plan our next move. Easier said than done. We don't have any ideas about his location. Not to mention the other students. The last 2 groups that we meet tried to take us down to cut short the competition. Who knows what will happen next? Idea. We should gather an army of students and use them as sacrifice pawns while we take the bell. Brand and Purris shared a look at the hyperactive girl. Not even her childhood friend could deal with her in moments like this. The red-haired huntress broke the silence after 10 seconds of awkward silence. Sorry, but this sounds a bit too mean. And how do you even think to keep them under control long enough to do this? Break their legs. Ook. All bad ideas aside, Nora pouted now. I was thinking about making a map for the beginning, so we won't search in places we already been once. Do you have any paper or pencil? Asked Ren. We can improvise something like here you go. Purah was interrupted by Nora, who shoved a sheet of paper and a pencil in her face. Nora. Why do you have this at you? Well duh. What if I get bored, Ren? She said like it was the most obvious thing in the world. Oh, and if we are at this topic, she started searching through her backpack. Do you want to play Ouija? She peeled out an Ouija table. Bran and Purah looked at each other for a second and said the same thing. Later. They will deal with their crazy teammates' antics later. Now they need to use their heads for something else. 1600 hours. With Weiss. The heiress didn't had any luck. Quite the opposite. It's been 10 hours since the start of their mission and nothing that she had done until this point helped. She searched through a quarter of the eastern region and listened to every group that she managed to sneak by. The eastern region is empty. I can't lose. I tried too hard and did too much for it to end here. She still remember her father's last call. Flashback. Weiss. Are you alright? I heard about what happened. Dear God, is it true? Weiss didn't know how to respond to this. To hear so much concern in her father's voice is something new for her. Why yes, I'm alright. Everything is fine. Thank God. But tell me, are the rumors true? A God is among us. Yes. I can't believe it. It was like watching a dream. That amount power made me tremble. Like I wasn't worthy to even consider myself an ant compared to him. She was scared, and this was clear in her voice. He just showed up and destroyed the entire army like it was nothing. I was scared. Weiss, stay strong. You don't have to lose your calm. You are fine and this is the most important thing right now. Oh okay. I will calm down. Thank you. But this doesn't change the fact that I'm weak. I shouldn't be here. This is way more than I can handle. Weiss, you're not weak. You're Arishni, you have our family blood in your veins. And even if I didn't approve your departure, now I think that your place is there. It was a sign. You were there at the exact moment of his apparition. You have to stay there and gain his appreciation. You have the chance to become something far more than anyone in our family. Don't lose this chance no matter what. The white-haired girl got an indescribable determination. His voice held more than hope and concern. For once in her life, her father has complete trust in her decisions. This was enough to banish the sadness from her mind. With a smile, she said, I will do my best. Flashback end. I will gain his trust. I will become the best that I can be. And I will make sure that I will never feel so helpless. This was the promise I made to myself. And if I have to send all the others home, then so be it. She is not a princess that needs a knight in shining armor to save her. She is a huntress in training that will fight her way out to the top. But Yang. You should always end things with a Yang. Sha lauded internally at her own joke. She just finished beating some punks that tried to take her down. Taking the strongest competitors first is a good idea in a competition. But if you can't overpower them, it's just a waste of time. For both sides. It will be better if had someone to hear my awesome jokes. Welfare lost. I hope Ruby is okay. It was kind of a move to let her alone. Maybe she isn't angry. Ah sorry Rubes, but you are not the only one with dreams. And why do I have the feeling that someone is watching me? As she walked away from the battleground, she didn't saw a masked woman that was watching her from afar. Raven was hiding in a tree. She had full view of the fight. Her daughter got stronger. When the news about her coming to Beacon and the god reached her ears, she teleported immediately to see everything with her own eyes. Imagine her surprise when she saw a mountain instead of the emerald forest. She followed Yang for a while now. She seems fine, so there are no reason for her to stay. The hand on her shoulder caught her off guard. Suddenly, she found herself on the cliff where the students start their mission. Raven turned her head, with the right hand on the handle of the katana straight on her hip, ready to strike. She saw a young man with blonde hair and whisker marks on his cheeks. He was dressed rather odd. I'm sorry miss, but I don't think that you are a student and this mountain is closed for a few days. So let me ask, what are you doing here and why are you following Miss Xiaolong? Her answer was a sword strike to the neck. Or this was what she thought that was going to happen, but he caught it with his left hand. She was lucky that she is wearing a mask, otherwise Naruto would see the look of utter shook on her face. Cutie put more pressure in his grip and broke the blade in two pieces. Before Raven could even process what happened, he extended his right hand and put his middle and index fingers on her forehead. Suddenly, she found herself pushed back by an invisible force, shattering her mask. After flying 100 meters, she stopped into a tree. I hope that you understand your position now. I will repeat myself. Why we're in a secluded area, following one of my students and with a weapon in your hand in the first place. He was getting angry. If he finds out that she wanted to harm Yang or any other person in the forest, this woman is history. Raven could barely stand on her legs. Teleportation, superpower, and he didn't break a sweat doing any of them. I think I found the god they were talking about. Salem's castle. Library. Roman was waiting for Cinder to come. She sure is taking her time. Emerald is still looking through the books to find clues about the entire story of the Keepers. Neo and Mercury are playing a game on Thay Scrolls. This couldn't get any more boring. And there she is. The Fire Queen finally arrives. "Took you long enough to come," said Roman, annoyed by the long waiting. "Oh my. Were you waiting for me?" If a smile would be enough to make him fall in love, he would be head over heels for her right now. But her eyes were telling him the truth. She did it on purpose. "Don't fuck with me, Cinder. You told me that I will know everything I need to know when the times comes. Well, I'm sick of being left in the dark. So you are going to explain me everything. Including the whole scene back there." "There is no use to get worked up, Roman. I was going to anyway. Tell me, why do you think I gathered you?" "Because you need more hands to do your dirty jobs." "You can say that this is the reason, but I asked you something else. Why you out of all people?" "Because you have the traits you're looking for." "Exactly. Our mission until now was to recruit powerful mans and womans to help us. To choose our potential allies by looking in their past. After that I tested your skills. And I have to say, Roman, I'm impressed. When we first meet, you were nothing more than simple thief that pretended to be someone important." She got closer to him, her right hand cupped his left cheek and the left went to his hip. He was not comfortable with his position. "A month later, after I submised you, and you can hold your ground against me. Becoming a decent warrior is a hard thing to do. And you manage it in such a short time. You deserve your place in our ranks." She took step forward and start walking toward the rest. "Welcome, brother. I hope you will get to see the new era. Hunger fucking lation for me. I got two annoying sisters in one day," he murmured under his breath. He put one his cigarettes in his mouth, but he suddenly realized that his lighter is nowhere to be found. The sound of Cinder's heels stopped and he looked at her. "Oh, I almost forgot." She raised her left hand. "His lighter was there. I heard the flamethrower joke earlier. I will let it pass this time, but I hope you will not make the same mistake twice." He smirked. "Ha, joke's on you. I can just, and my lord forbid, if catch you even thinking about lighting your dumb cigarettes with the candles from the altars, I'm going to throw you with my own hands to the Grimms. Fuck. Are you going to say something? Or do I need to take the answer from your head?" Naruto is an impatient person. Even if the one that stand in front of Raven is a clone, he still want to finish this interrogation. For once in her entire life, Raven was scared to death. "I wasn't going to hurt anyone. I swear." Her raised hands were shaking, both from fear and the impact she had to deal with not long ago. "When the hell did I start to stutter? God damn it." His gaze could freeze hell itself. That calculated glare said everything. Depending on her answer, it may hurt. More than being thrown into a tree. Is that so? Then it shouldn't be a problem to explain the rest of the story. For the beginning, who are you? "I am Raven Branwen." "Branwen? Huh, that would explain." He heard about this woman from Ruby. She is Yang's mother. "You are here to make sure that your daughter is alright, aren't you?" She nodded. Sigh, his glare softened. "Look. It's not my place to tell you what and how when it comes to your child, but now is not the time. You will have to wait a few days before their mission will be over." Their conversation was interrupted by Osmond, who was coming in their way really fast. Glinda was not far behind. "My lord. I'm sorry for her trespassing." "Raven, what are you doing here?" He was rather annoyed by her mistake. "Hold your horses, Osmond. I was looking for my daughter. I didn't do anything else." "Do you know her?" Naruto's eyes meet Osmond's. This made him quite nervous. "Yes, I do know her. She is working for me as a spy for a long time." "So we'll assume that you're the one that is responsible for her decision to leave Miss Xiaolong as a child." Once again the universal law called as cause and effect made itself known. The headmaster was ready to face any punishment. He always knew that if his lord will learn about the things he did in the past, he will face his wrath. "Yes. And you accepted?" Raven gulped. "Why, yes." Naruto's hand clenched into a fist that was shaking. He turned around and, without looking at them, he said, "Let me ask just one thing. Was it worth? Did she found enough informations to be worth separating a child from her parent?" His voice was devoid of any emotions. He couldn't afford to get angry. Despite his clear disappointment, Osmond had to say the cruel truth. "Yes. Millard, I'm sorry and I'm willing to pay any price." "I don't want to hear any excuses. Sigh, look, I have no rights to judge you. If I do, I would be the biggest hypocrite in the world. But mark my words, you too. You still have the chance to make things right. If you don't do this soon, you may have to live with this mistake the rest of your life." He turned his head and looked at the headmaster. "I thought that your age will make you wise. But it seems that you are still too childish to fully understand that there are things that you can't pay for, no matter what you do." After that he disappeared in a veil of smoke. The man stood there without a word. He did the right choice. But this doesn't change his sin. Back with Ruby. Same time. The battle skirt wearing girl was resting in a clearing in the west side of the forest. She was very tired. At the beginning it was just the effort of running around. She made a lot of turns and followed many of the natural paths and she has yet to find something. But this changed quickly. The sheer stress alone is getting the best out of her. Let's not talk about the constant guilt that is crushing her heart. Why do I even try? I'm just a kid anyways. I don't even need to learn here. If I want to, Naruto would train me. The rest on the other hand worked their entire life to be here. Why is it so hard to just give up? Her mental struggle was cut short by the sound of steps through the woods. She took a battle stance. The steps were getting closer and closer. Her gaze is that they are over 10 people. If they are hostile she needs to leave as fast as possible. Figures start to appear in the shadows of the trees. The first person she recognized was Cardin. He is holding his mace in his right hand. Beside him stood Russell, who was also holding his daggers, showing that he is ready to fight. Dove and Sky are nowhere to be seen. Soon she could distinguish 14 people, all of them armed, like a small army. As expected of Cardin, none of them is a faunus. As she prepared to run, one particular person caught her attention. John. Her blonde friend was standing right next to Cardin. Ruby. I'm so happy to see you. What are you doing? She relaxed a bit when she saw that none of the students were looking at her with hostility. Quite the opposite, the leader of Team Cardinal smiled when he saw her. Ruby rose. Just the person we are looking for, said Cardin in a friendly manner. She didn't know how to react. He isn't exactly the ideal friend that anyone would wish for. Hey Cardin. I'm glad to see you. Okay. I know what you are thinking about, but listen. I don't want to do anything bad to you. I want to make a deal with you. A deal? I know that I'm not your favorite person right now, but nobody can find a single trace. We gathered together to raise our chances to win. And I want you to join us. Just think about this. You know the most about him out of all of us. With your knowledge and our number is most likely that one of us is going to get the bell. What do you say? She turned her face to John and sent him a silent question with her eyes. Hey Cardin. Let me talk to her first, okay? With everything going around, I'm sure that she wants to talk with someone familiar. He took a step forward. Cardin gave him a nod. John started walking toward her and put his left hand around her neck, making sure that they faced the direction opposite to the large crowd. He leaned closer to her and whispered. Ruby, you have no idea what a relief is to finally meet someone I know in this damn forest. What happened? Why are you with this bully? Did you hit your head or something? I'd wish. No, I meet with Cardin and his team not much time after everyone started running in the forest. They keep recruiting more people in our group. I don't really understand what is the deal with him. It's strange, you know. He didn't made this offer to everyone he meet in our way. He is selling them somehow. Yeah, I could see that he is not friendly toward Faunus. No, I'm saying that he and the group attacked a fair number of students that weren't Faunus. Please help me. What should we do? Now she is getting worried. Just play along for a while. I wanted to leave them for some time now, but I keep having the feeling that there is always one of them who is watching me. I don't think that they are going to just let us walk away. Don't worry, we will get away somehow. They turned back at Cardin. Okay guys, she wants to join, said John. Perfect, he smirked like he already won. Now let's go everyone. We have to meet with the rest in less than an hour. The small army started walking in the direction pointed by Cardin. Hey Ruby, thanks for helping me. Don't worry John, that's what friends are for. As they talked, they didn't notice that Russell was having his own chat with Cardin. Are you sure that this is going to work? Russell, don't worry too much about it. Did you get any message from Dove or Sky yet? Yes. They said that they are ready. I got to say, this is going almost too well. This, my friend, is a sign that we are doing the right thing. We don't need that stupid bell or this stupid school. After this game ends, we are going to be kings. Both of them shared a small nod. But Team NPR. Same time. I feel a disturbance in the force. Nora, what in the hell are you talking about? Ren got a bit scared by Nora's sudden shout. Purah was startled as well. Someone is stealing one of my awesome ideas. I can feel it. Oh no. What if they going to steal my plan to make a frying pan that can coat the pancakes with the perfect amount of syrup? Ren and Purah looked at each other before returning their attention toward the map and said girl's hand. Where do you think that we should go next? Asked the invisible girl. I'd say that we should look in the north region next. Not region it is. With Blake. Same time. I'm starting to think that he is mocking us at this point. She isn't going to give up, but she is greatly discouraged by the lack of any kind of track that she could follow. And to be fair, the forest itself doesn't help at all. She tried to follow a path and she nearly got lost. It's something that she managed to discover. None of the paths are actually leading toward the direction they seem to. They look like they are, but in reality they change their direction in such a subtle way that is almost impossible to notice. While she tried to go to the western region using one of the paths, she realized that at some point the mountain was on her right, not on the left as it should be since she is in the south region. The same could be said about the other paths. All of them end up guiding you to the opposite direction to the one you want to go. Why does everything have to be so confusing? This forest doesn't make any sense. She shook her head. There is no time for this. She has to reach the border between the western and south region before the night comes. She decided to change her strategy. Running around is not going to bring anything good. She will find the most used route between these two, and tomorrow she is going to use her stealth to listen to any group that pass by or interrogate the ones that are single. Is not the bravest plan ever, but this way she would gain information about half of the forest. It's going to be a piece of cake. With Yang. 30 minutes later. Things are not working well for the blonde bombshell. After spending an entire day searching throughout the eastern region she couldn't find anything. Of course, she saw about half of the region, so she got no idea about the rest. But the one thing she can be proud of is her new record of knockouts in one day. She isn't the fastest or the sneakiest, but she can pack a punch. The 54 students she beat are the living proof. Well, at least I don't have that feeling that someone is watching me anymore. That was something strange. I hope that I will have more luck in the south region. With Weiss. 20 minutes later. Now this is unexpected, thought the white-themed girl as she draws her rapier. She was ready for a lot of things, but this is not one of them. Well. What do we have here? A shini. It looks like is our lucky day. Surrounding her was a group of 32 Franus. The apparent leader was the same wolf Franus that thrown the plate in Cardin's face yesterday. He was dressed with a gray shirt, pitch black metal armguards, a pair of brown leather boots and pitch black pants. His weapon was pair of bladed tonfas made out of a silver-colored metal. At the base she could see a barrel on each of them, showing that they are also guns. You know, this is funny. Most of the time, when one of your kind shows up we are the ones cornered. I guess it's time for a change. She is not going to get out of this situation without a scratch. With Weiss. What's the matter, Schnee? Where is your family's famous sharp tongue? Don't tell me that your voice melted Ice Queen. The Franus laughed as the heiress took a step back. At least I have a name to uphold. But I guess that a no-name thug can't understand what I'm talking about, are you? She knows that this comment will anger them, but like hell is she going to let this peasant trash her family's name as he like? The teenager snarled. My name is Naruhina and don't forget it. This is the name of the person who will kick your ass all the way to Beacon. It's time for you to get off of your high horse. He threw his backpack aside and took a battle stance. The others formed a large circle around them. She is not going anywhere. Weiss put hers down and drawed a rapier, waiting for him to make the first move. Her sword was glowing light blue from the ice dust. Bang bang bang. The boy fired 3 rounds at her and sprinted toward her at full speed. Weiss sidestepped the first bullet and plunged her sword into the ground, forming a wall of ice that stopped the other two. The wolf Franus changed his direction and tried to attack her from the left, but he was blasted away by a wave of fire. Luckily, he managed to regain his balance in midair and land on his feet. Bang 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 bang. She used her glyphs to zip closer to him. When she finally got close enough, she thrusted a rapier, aiming for his chest. But he was fast and used his right hand to block her strike with the edge of his weapons. He pointed his left hand at her face and shoot from point blank, knocking her back stumbling. Before she could regain her sense, Nair hit her with a strong right hook, followed by a kick to her chest. He smirked, thinking that it would be an easy win. Weiss for her part, fell to the ground clutching her chest in pain. Even with her aura shield his hits are very strong. She rolled to avoid another bullet aimed at her head. The boy raised his right leg and brought it down with full intention to break some of her ribs, but Weiss was too quick and with a swift motion she got back on her feet. Nair didn't waste any time and slashed at her with his right hand. The blade was stopped by a shield of energy created by Weiss. She switched back to fire dust and slashed 3 times, hitting his chest, abdomen and left hand. With incredible grace, she did a backflip to put some distance between them and a glyph with a clock pattern appeared around her. Faster than most could see, Weiss thrust her sword toward the smirking Franus, who took a large jump back. Before the tip of the rapier could make contact with him, he disappeared without a trace. She tried to look around, but he suddenly hit her back with both of his tonfas and then shot her. How did Het get behind her? What's the matter, little girl? Can't keep up with the big bad wolf? If you are looking for Little Red Riding Hood, you've got the wrong girl. With Ruby and Cardin's group. Achoo. Bless you. Thanks, John. Do you have any idea how much do we have until we meet the others? Not really. All I know is that they are supposed to be somewhere close to the border between the north and east region. And how many are there? She looked at him. Around 12. Or there could be more. Why do you think that there could be more? The boy pointed in front of them. She saw a clearing that had a boulder large enough to reach over the trees on the right side. It was occupied by at least 18 students. Ooh. Dove. Sky. Glad to see that you got more allies, said Cardin with a smile on his face. Sky was the first to respond. Cardin. Good to see that you are well. Have you found her? As you can see. He pointed toward the youngest of the group. Have any of you seen anything suspicious in this part of the East region? It was Dove's turn to speak. Nothing to tell us anything about his position. But there is a large group of front us 10 minutes from here. Some of our snipers saw them from up there. He then pointed to the top of the boulder. Most likely they are fighting someone or taking a break, but we couldn't see who they were or how many are there exactly. We decided to wait for the rest of you before we do anything. Why didn't you send some scouts? Asked Cardin, a bit irritated by their lack of strategic thinking. It's too much of a risk to send just 1 or 2 people without backup. And they could hear them coming before our scouts could find out anything. Ah, sighed the leader, you know what, just ignore them. Too much of a hassle just for some furnace. The three continued their chat while Ruby got closer to the boulder and but her backpack. Hey John, give me a hand here. Okay, he holded his hands together for the girl to put her right leg on. She stopped and looked at John with a pout. Don't you dare peek. Ruby, what are you? Then he remembered her state of dress. Oh. He turned his to the other side and helped her to climb. Once she reached the top, she used her weapon in sniper mode to look around the forest. Through the sea of leaves, she saw the group they were talking about. They were all looking at something. Trying to find out what, she followed the direction of their gazes. For a fraction of a second Ruby saw a white figure before it disappeared. She scanned the area around to find what it was. And then she saw who it was. Weiss. Ruby, why are you yelling? What about Weiss? Asked John from the bottom of the boulder. What's the matter? Said Cardin. The blonde shrugged his shoulders. Ruby was descending fast. We have to hurry. They are attacking Weiss. Come on. We don't have time. Cardin put his hands on her shoulders as soon as she got down. Ruby, stay calm and tell us exactly what you saw. They aren't fighting another group. Weiss is fighting someone and they are watching. Cardin, please. We have to help her. Her teary eyes were heartbreaking. He closed his eyes for a second. Tell the others to prepare for battle. We are rescuing the Schnee girl. That statement surprised both his team and John. Cardin, are you Sue? Do what I said. The three boys did what they were told as soon as they heard his barking. Thank you. Ruby hugged the bully with gratitude. Come John on it. Wait for me, Snow Angel. Of Team NPR. It's getting late. Soon we will have to find somewhere to spend the night. Said the boy. Walking through the forest all day made him tired. I'm sure that we can use one of the caves. We just have to take turns on who will be guarding our position. Yes, Captain. Said Nora with her right hand raised like Solidar. Wait. Did you hear that? The girls stopped in their tracks and listened. Ren was right. Something is happening not far from here. They could hear faint sounds of guns being fired, cheers and shouts coming from their right. Do you think that they found him? Asked Nora. I don't think so. It may be another battle between students. We better avoid it. Said Ren. Right then, they heard the rustling of the leaves from their left. This one was much closer. They took their weapons. Same time. With Osborne and Glinda. Osborne's office. The headmaster had seen better days. It's funny how easy the present can change. In this moment you are living your life like any other person in his place would do. The next one, you have to face an imminent death just so a god, out of all things, has to save you and a few thousand other people in less than 10 minutes. And now he is haunted by his past mistakes. He had to resist the urge to bang his head on the desk he was sitting. Linda tried to help him, but nothing worked. Not even his favorite coffee could cheer him up. Their thoughts were interrupted by a couple of loud bangs at the door. Just one person could beat so hard and rude. Enter Crow. The door opened revealing Crow Branwen. One of his most trusted men and the biggest alcoholic he knows. Surprisingly he wasn't drunk for once. Could you not act like some sort of savage? Said Glinda with an angry look. What the hell is happening in this school? You're not the first to ask this. And this isn't the first time I have to say that I don't know either. Seriously Osborne. This school is a magnet for trouble if I ever saw one. First we have the queen to worry about and now a god is here. Crow, you have to understand, even if times are changing, we still have to be strong and vigilant. And you still have to watch for anything suspicious out there. And here's the problem. There is nothing to report. After he appeared, both the queen and White Fang stopped any activity. No train robberies. No illegal business. No evil plan to stop. Nothing. They are all preparing for something and I have no way to find out what. The headmaster released a long sigh. You are free until further notice. Right now we have more pressing matters than our enemies. This got Crow to scowl. Oh please, do to tell me what is more important than them. The fights between our races. It's impossible for someone like you to not notice the tension. Yeah. The humans and Faunus are fighting more than usual. And we are working on this. Well, at least our lord is. Our lord? Wow, you really did get converted, didn't you? It's hard not to believe when you have so much evidence. Me being saved by him is just a bit of it. Well, sorry to say, Osban, you won't see me praying to him just because he is a god. He is not a religious man. As expected from you. Osban took a sip from a coffee mug before speaking again. You are, after all, a man of action. Just like your sister. What gives to bring her into this? He asked with a raised eyebrow. The fact that she visited earlier and interfered with his plan to make the students chase their fights. God damn it, Raven. Sigh, is she okay? He didn't know who was she, so Raven had some minor bruises when she left. He thought that she was an enemy. Osban leaned back in his chair. Crow looked troubled. Did he learn about her being Yang's mother? Yes. To be honest, he didn't took it well. But since me and her are still alive and well, we have a chance to redeem ourselves. Just perfect. He thought. He and his sister don't see eye to eye most of the time. But that doesn't mean he wanted her dead. And he's pretty sure that pissing off a god is a death sentence in some way. Why couldn't she listen to me? Muttered the man. But Naruto. Same time. He sat in a meditative position. He has to wait a lot before they will find him. He could sense it. Even if their meaningless fight lead them to this, they choose the conflict. But he doesn't doubt that they will find their way soon. And if they refuse to, then Ruby will force them to. She is so much like him. Like he used to be. How did I change so much? He asked himself. Where did his determination go? How he hoped that you won't do same mistake as me. Tears were falling from his eyes. Why did he had to be a hero again? Suki, please forgive me. What unforgivable sin has he done to feel this pain? Please forgive this foolish father. But Adam. Sir, everything is in place. Said a member of the terrorist group. Good. Tell the others to be ready to strike in a few days. When our spy gives us the green light, I don't want anyone to mess this up. Yes sir. He left the room. Even if it was uncharacteristic of him, Adam couldn't help but smile. Their time is coming. The Faunus will finally be victorious. And he will be the key of the new era. But Salem. The witch was back in the chamber where they had welcomed their new brothers and sisters. She kneeled before the statue and put hands together. My Lord and only Savior. My light in the dark. My Father and Protector. Give this frail body your strength. Share your wisdom with this closed mind. And enlighten this weak soul. She still remembers. She still remembered the day when he showed himself to her. Her heart was ready to explode. Her knees couldn't sustain her weight. Her breath couldn't leave her gaping mouth. The excitement was too much for her. But she also remembered how her fears became reality. The way he talked. The way he believed the world to be. The fallen gods tainted him. Just like the ancient prophet said. They did this. They brought the chaos back to this ungrateful world. But this will come to an end soon. He will wake up from his eternal illusion. All of them will pay for what they did with their lives. And peace will finally rule the world again. All under his watchful eyes. Like it was meant to be all this time. Like he promised long ago. Of Team NPR. They were to fight whoever is coming in their way. But their current position isn't the greatest. If they don't end it quick, the others might hear them. Come on, John. Was that Ruby's voice? They relaxed, but the sight of them running toward them wasn't calming. After all, they wouldn't run so fast without a reason. Hera was the first to speak. John. Ruby. What's happening? Were you followed? Hera. Guys. I'm so happy to see you. But we don't have time. Come with us. Weiss in trouble. Said the boy without stopping to talk. When the two passed them, they start running as well. Guys, you shouldn't go there. There's a fight going on in that direction. We know Ren. Weiss is the one fighting. Said Ruby. Sigh, great. Come on, Rennie. We get to beat some sense in those bullies' heads. If our friend is in trouble, we should help. With Weiss. The heiress was panting hard. Her opponent may have a crude fighting style, but he is balancing with brute strength and a strange semblance. It's clearly a teleportation type. He is able to appear and disappear at will over short distances. At the beginning she could keep up with him. However, this changed in time due to the constant damage she took. She has a lot of bruises and a cut that went from her left kidney and stopped under her right rib. It wasn't too deep, so she could still deal with it even if her clothes are destroyed by the blood. Nair, on the other hand, had not taken nearly as much damage as her. The most noticeable wound was a small cut on his right cheek. But in terms of aura, he was worse than her. His semblance was eating a lot of it and soon he will lose his only advantage. The crowd was cheering for the boy. Show her who's the boss. Make her regret coming here. She's barely standing. Get her already. He didn't waste any time and took another swing at her just to be blocked by her rapier. She used her fire dust to send another wave of flames, but he deflected her strike with his right hand, sending it toward a tree. He caught her right hand with his left and put enough pressure on it to make her drop her sword. Nair then used his left leg to deliver a powerful kick right at her bleeding wound. As she dropped on her knees, the wolf Frana sent another one to her head. She was down. The crowd went wild at their comrade's win. The poor girl was ready to faint. Her pride and determination were the only things that still kept her awake. Pant have to say. I'm impressed Pant, you are the first one to drive me to the edge of my power in a long time, Pant, but it's time to say goodnight princess. The boy raised his right foot to give a final blow to the pitiful looking girl. She was looking straight up. She couldn't believe it. All her training and dedication. Everything was for nothing. If she couldn't beat a single mongrel like him, how would it be possible for her to become a huntress? Maybe this is for the best. She doesn't belong here. Weiss. The familiar voice made her teary eyes to widen. Everyone looked in the direction of the sound source. Even Weiss turned her head to see. Humming in their direction was Ruby Rose followed by Team JNPR. RWBY, whispered Weiss. The girl that she treated so bad during the initiation is right there. Stopping her enemy from possibly killing her. The Faunus didn't mind her or her companions, they actually seemed to be happy to see her. They even walked aside so she could enter the circle. Nair regained his smile and said, I must be blessed by our mighty lord. First I got to defeat a Schnee. And now his chosen one is here to see me bring the enemy of all Faunus to their rightful place. What the hell are talking about? Let her go you bastard. Yelled John with confidence. Silence you fool. I am doing what is right. Responded the wolf Faunus. Our lord gave us the chance to get revenge on her family and this is what we are going to do. He calmed himself and turned his head toward I'm sorry for my outburst. But as you can see there are still some closed-minded numbskulls that didn't understood the meaning of this test. Ruby couldn't understand everything he said. Her mind was blank and her eyes were focused on Weiss' form. Beaten. Bloody. Pitiful. She was barely moving as her bleeding wound seemed to be burned in Ruby's mind forever. WW asked with a trembling voice, ready to cry why would you this to her? As I said. Is all for our lord. Even he got sick of our endless battle. It's time for this to end. The Faunus will win this war once and for all. You are the only human that deserve to live. You are his prophet and the testament of all humankind. So please join us. They cheered louder than before. But Ruby had just one thought, you are insane. She held her scythe and pointed at Nair. Get away from her. There was silence. Nair and his group needed time to process this. The prophet denied her place. Why would she do this? He was there when he said that she liked him. Their lord want what is the best for this war. Why is she opposing them? Then he looked at Team JNPR. The anger was boiling inside of him. The humans are depriving her of reason. Get them. All the Faunus got back from their shock and circled the humans. Nair aimed his right hand at the heiress. Before he could shoot, he had dodged a bullet from the direction they come from. When he looked there he didn't meet an eyesight. More than 30 humans were coming in their direction led by Cardin. The students broke the circle and the Faunus from the far side had charged toward the enemies. It looked like a scene from a war. A total clash between two armies. But Nair could see that they are in great disadvantage. They are outnumbered and the enemy had the invincible girl on their side. His first thought was to use the Schnee girl as an hostage, but Ruby used her semblance to kick him away from her. It's time for Plan B, capture the chosen one and retreat. 5 other Faunus and Nair charged at Ruby. 3 were coming from behind, 1 from left and right. Before the one from the left could jump on her, he was hit by Cardin's mace. The boy then charged at Nair next. Ruby turned around and shoot the 3 Faunus and used her weapon to hit the last one. They weren't done, however she had enough time to lift Weiss and use her semblance to get them past the enemy line. Weiss wasn't in critical condition. She finally fainted, but her wound is cosmetic more than anything. Yet she is tired and those bruises will need some time heal without aura. Cardin has the upper hand. If Nair was in top condition, he could have beaten the auburn-haired teen. Unfortunately for him, his fight with Weiss left him both tired and nearly out of aura. But this didn't stop him from fighting back. Cardin continuously tried to hit him with his mace, taking full advantage of his exhausted state. Clank 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 bang. The sound of clashing swords and gunfire filled the forest around them. The Faunus were falling back. Hera was using her polarity to control their weapons as she used her sword and shield to hit enemies to her left and right. John was engaged in a fight with one of the Faunus. He wasn't doing very well, but he wasn't giving up either. Nora used her hammer to hit 3 enemies at the same time and fired a grenade. With a large boom, the poor teenagers were sent flying toward a tree. Ren is using his double pistols to shoot the enemies. Suddenly one is attacking from his left. The Asian-looking boy jumped over him and kicked him in the back before reloading. "Everybody back off," yelled one of them. Hardin and Nair weren't done yet. The bully managed to hit him in the leg, making him fall. He raised his weapon in the air, ready to strike him with all his force. A red blur appeared in front of him. "Wait," yelled Ruby with her hands spread in protecting manner. Hardin looked at her in the eyes and said, "Get out of my way, Ruby. You saw what is he capable of. Who knows what will happen if we let him be." Nair chose this moment to get up and run away. This battle was lost. The teenager was ready to follow him get back her you. His words died in his throat as Ruby caught him by the waist, her face buried in his back. Please stop this." He could barely hear her. It was too much for her. To see this. To see all of them fight with full intent of killing each other. It was grotesque. It was making her sick in so many ways. He saw that all of the Franus had retreated already. He raised his weapon again as he swallows his pride and shouted very loud, "The battle is over. We won." The students gave a loud cry of victory. That 6 particular individual couldn't find any reason to celebrate. Ren and John got to Weiss's side and start searching for bandage in their backpacks that were left down in the second they reached the battlefield. Hera took a couple of deep breaths. A lot of the enemies tried to put her down. It was expected since she is the strongest of the group. Nor lost her happiness. She was looking for a fight. Not for a full-out war that left some of them wounded. She may be crazy sometimes, but she isn't insane or a sadist. Ruby was still holding on to Cardin. She was using him to not fall in her knees. "This is not what I wanted to protect," thought she with deep sadness. These are not the people who were cowering in fear, hoping that someone will save all of them. "Naruto, what do you wish to achieve by turning them against one another?" She clenched her fists. This is madness. She wanted to scream, to cry, to hit. Anything that might help her calm down. A hand touched her shoulder. She raised her hand to see Cardin. He wanted her to let go of himself. "Ruby, are you alright?" he asked with concern. It was strange to hear this in his voice out of all people. She must be unsightly at this moment to cause him such a reaction. She slowly took distance from the boy and headed toward Weiss. John and Ren patched her with the best of their abilities. Dove, Sky and Russell got closer to their leader and asked, "Dude, what should we do? That girl is going to slow us down. And with the others around, we shut up." Dove. Hardin made a signal for them to follow him. Ruby was right next to their fallen friend. "Is she going to be okay?" "She is going to be fine," said Ren with a calm voice. "I'm no medic, but I've seen wounds like this before. Nothing that won't be fixed by a bit of rest and some aura." They heard Cardin giving the next order. "Enough celebration, everyone. Use some branches and anything else you have to improvise a stretcher. After that we take the Schnee girl and head toward the caves for the night." 2 of the strongest used their weapons to cut 2 thick branches. The others searched through their backpack to see if they have anything that can be used to tie smaller ones to them. They had to hurry. It's dangerous to be out in the night and the caves are at least 2 hours away from them. With Naruto. He looked up at the ceiling. Glowing crystals were decorating it. He was able to feel the sadness in Ruby's heart. But she had to deal with it to grow stronger. That's the way he got his powers. "I'm sorry that I have to do this, Ruby. You need to understand that this world is more than it seems." With Raven. Same time. Raven teleported back at her tribe's village. She was in her room. Trying to stop herself from shaking. Today she experienced something new. A fear so deep that made her lost all sense of reason and froze her in place. He is beyond her imagination. The second he found out about her being Yang's mother, she could feel it. Even if Osmond didn't notice it, she did. When he turned around, his presence changed. First he was hostile. But then he wanted to rip her apart piece by piece. A killer intent so refined and strong that came off him in waves. She was surprised and the local wildlife from the forests nearby didn't react to it. But beyond that, however, there was the frightening part. The raw power that wanted to leave his body was humongous. All pointed toward her. She started laughing. Grimms. Villains strong enough to control them. Armies of enemies ready to strike. Are those dangerous? Is this supposed to be a fucking joke? They are just pests compared to what true strength is. In the few minutes she was in his presence, he showed more power than any of her enemies could have in their entire life. Now she knows the true definition of fear. She is scared to even sleep tonight. She is like a little girl who heard her first scary story about monsters and now is thinking that some kind of boogeyman will come from under her bed. This the start of my punishment. Her trembling voice filled the hollow room. She will have nightmares for days from this meeting. Back with Ruby. 3 hours later. 2000 hours. The students are eating and talking about their latest victory. All of them except Ruby, Team JNPR, Weiss, who is still asleep, and a girl who is changing her bandages. She was the same girl that took Cardin's side during his argument with Nair before the fight in the cafeteria. Her hair is long and dark red. She is dressed with a purple t-shirt that is tied around her modest frame, leaving exposed her arms and tanned skin. Her black pants had no pockets. Lastly, she is wearing a pair of black combat boots. All in all, she was really good looking, but her brown eyes that showed kindness toward everyone is what made her beautiful. And done. She's going to be okay. I'd be surprised if she wouldn't wake up tomorrow in the morning as good as new. Hera smiled back her and said thank you. Vel fucksha. Thank you Vel. I'm surprised that somebody who just enrolled knows so much about medicine. It's just basic first aid. Nothing too hard to understand. The boys managed to do a great job on their own. But not as great as you, declared Ren with a small smile while looking at Weiss. Hey. We are on the same team right now. It's normal to help, so no need for thanks. I don't understand, said John, a confused look. Vel was taken aback by his statement. What exactly don't you understand? How comes that you are so nice when you were the first one to take Cardin's side a while back? John. Purr shoot him a glare for his rude comment. Look guys, you know that I am not the person to judge. But she was not the nicest person back there. Nora and Ren were about to scold him as well if it wasn't for Vel to speak. Stop. I know what I did back there and I'm not sorry for it. I have my history, you can say, with Faunus. I hate them for that reason. It's just the way things happened. So I'm not going to say that I am a bad person and neither saint. But I am okay with you all. John looked a bit ashamed by his rudeness. I'm sorry. I hope we are cool. What's done is done. But you might want to think before talking with the rest of us. There are many that are in the same boat as me. They might not like hearing this kind of things from you. Alright. Ruby wasn't doing as well as Weiss. She hadn't said anything since then. Even her eyes showed she wasn't all there. Her mind is still back there. John and Nora tried to talk with her, not in specific topic. They just asked about things she is interested in, like weapons, cookies, books, weapons, cookies, video games, weapons, cookies, Grimm slaying. Did I mention weapons and cookies? Nothing worked, so they gave up after the first hour. She is starting to creep me out, whispered Nora to Ren. Do you think that she's broken or something? Nora, let her be. None of us could accept what happened back there. She just took it the worst. Just give her some time. Okay Rennie. Hera got sight of Cardin. He was coming in their direction. Is everything okay? He asked while looking at Vel. She is fine. Just in need for rest. Good. Did Ruby said anything yet? Nope. He put his hands on his face and murmured under his breath for the name of Sai. He then proceeded to grab the girl by her shoulders and shake her a bit. Ruby, come on. This is important. For the first time in a couple of hours she responded, huh? Finally. Come with me for a second. We need to talk about his possible location so we can plan where to go. By the way, thanks for the map Purida, no problem. They are now on the same side, so why not share the informations? Oh I'm coming. She got up and walked by his side. I don't like this one bit, said Ren. Same here. But I don't think that is a great idea to cause troubles, not now when we are surrounded. John, you've been awfully suspicious for a while now. Is everything alright? I don't know how to explain this, but something isn't right. Call it a gut feeling or some instinct. It's like I'm expecting something to happen and this waiting is killing me. Just calm down, John. We are all back together so we can have each other's back. You might be right. Cardin and Ruby got deeper into the cave. Did you find anything that might help us? Asked Cardin. Nothing at all. Just the fact that the paths are actually misleading you. I tried to use them and they got me walking in the opposite direction after a while. Noted that. Do you have any idea where he might be? Even a suspicion would be good. I had a feeling that the top of the mountain is a decoy. It was too obvious. I think that he is somewhere we would never expect him to be. Somewhere we wouldn't expect. That can be helpful. He looked at the cave with a thoughtful look. These caves are the perfect hiding spot. So they have to be just for show. Right. Pretty muchy. So we have to search through places a normal human would hide in. No, that's not it. I'm saying that we need to think outside of the box. Places that no one would think about. Even if she is trying to help, she is not paying full attention to the conversation. Cardin knows what is she thinking about. Ruby, why are you so affected by what happened back there? You don't know any of those animals. Don't call them that. Why do you always insist on making them look like some kind of savage beasts? What do you expect of me? Do you wish for me to stop calling things by their name? What else could you call a tree but a tree? What else could you call a star but a star? They are not beasts without minds. Yes, they are. And you saw that firsthand. They tried to kill one of us without flinching. Why should we show them mercy? They will backstab us with the first occasion. Not all of them are so bad as that guy. But the 30 around that were around them are. The White Fang are. They are criminals that have to die for what they did. No, they don't. She shouted with all her strength. Her voice caught the others' attention. They did something wrong. I can see that. But killing each other isn't gonna change anything. Why can't anyone, just for once, forgive one of them? Her friends got by her side and stopped them before things could get ugly. Hardin closed his eyes for a moment. Ruby, like it or not, you will have to choose. Us or them. You will see what they are capable of. After that, the tension in the group had become unbearable. During the night, some of the students kept an eye out to make sure that they couldn't be ambushed by the group of faunus. Even so, there was also one member of Team JNPR RWBY that kept an eye on the rest. Fortunately, it was eventless night. As the sun rose again, they just hoped that it wasn't the calm before the storm. Demon Country. Ninja Era. It was late night and Naruto was happy. Why wouldn't he be? After all, he has everything a man could ask for. Respect, an accomplished life, and most importantly a family. His daughters are 5 years old right now. They are laughing without a care in the world as they try to hide from him in the shrine, behind a statue. Yes, he's living in the shrine from in Demon Country. After the war ended, he had to leave Konoha. Even if he became a symbol of pride for them, the other countries didn't feel safe, knowing that just one of them holds so much power. He decided to end his life as a shinobi and enjoy the fruits of his hard work. He raised his head and looked at the broken moon. Now that was overkill from his side. But it was totally worth it. Not his fault anyway, he just finished what someone else started. Even with that, it was quiet and peaceful. How he wished that his parents could be here right now. His father would stand next to him and put a hand on his shoulder, congratulating him for bringing his and Jiraiya's dream to life, while his mother to be fair, would try to break his daughter's bones with her hug. At least that's what he thought that would happen. He got closer to the hiding spot and heard them talk. Taiyo Onichan, do you think he knows where we are? Keep it low. He won't find us. They giggled. He had a hard time trying to not laugh at their poor attempt. But he just has to play their game for a while. Tsuki. Taiyo. Come out from wherever you are. Papa is worried. He chuckled for a bit. This is going to be gold. Tsuki. Taiyo. Maybe I should look for them somewhere else. Maybe in Kumo, but that will take a week or so. The two stiffened after hearing that. Or maybe in Suna. That will easily take 2 weeks. MMMHHH, now that I think about it, I should just look around the world. That will take just a couple of months for me. Yeah, I will do this right now. Nuo. The two girls jumped on him with all their might. Papa, please don't goo. They yelled in unison. He embraced them with both of his arms while laughing. That get them every time. They can't stay away from him more than 2 days even if their lives depend on it. 3 at best, and even so they would be lurking around all day demanding that he has to return. But he stopped when he felt tears on his clothes. Now, now I was just joking. Stop crying, Papa isn't going anywhere. He can't complain about their reaction. After all, his is the one who is spoiling them rotten. That could been seen in the way they are dressed. Both of them are wearing golden colored yukatas with an orange sash, both with flowers design. They are also wearing wooden sandals. Both of them have his skin. Taiyo has his hair and her mother's eyes, and Tsuki has her mother's hair and his eyes. Sniff, you promise? Asked Tsuki. Yes, I promise, so please stop crying. Yay. They both yelled. Now let's go. Soon it will be bedtime and we have to get home. Ooh, but I want to play more with Papa, said Taiyo. We can play tomorrow. We don't want to make your mother angry, do we? Okay. He put them down and held them by the hands. Taiyo was on his right and Tsuki on his left. As they start walking, he could feel that the youngest isn't as energetic as usual. Is everything alright, Tsuki? He asked with concern. Papa, can I ask you something? What? When I grow up, could I still stay with you? He smiled gently. That's your decision, sweetie. But would you still love me if I do? He stopped in track and kneeled beside them. I want you to remember that I am always here for you and I will always love you. No matter what, when or where. They smiled and hugged him. He took a last glance at Moon. His eyes widened when he saw a floating figure in the distance. With Naruto. 6:30. His eyes snapped open. It was just another dream. With Blake. Same time. Early bird gets the worm, I suppose. Yawn. She wasn't happy about the fact that she has to wake up so early again. And it didn't help that she slept in a tree to make sure nobody is going to ambush her. It wasn't the greatest bed ever and she nearly fell 2 times during the night. But at least she's safe. For now. And in addition, this tree is right in the middle of the most used route. The only reason she managed to wake up was the sound of students walking under her. 3 groups passed by now. Did they even sleep last night? She asked herself. The last one was walking in slow pace because all of the members were tired as hell. She couldn't attack because they were too many. Even so, if they meet another group they are done for. Now this is a dumb decision. She got down from the 3 and stretched her limbs. It's time to hunt. With Yang. Same time. Yawn, I swear I going to punch Carden in the face when I see him. She muttered to herself. Because of him she has to be up at this unholy hour. He is going to pay for this. She is ready to fall asleep right now. She couldn't find any shelter. But even if she could find, it wouldn't be too much of an help for her. Without someone to watch her back, the others could attack her while she was sleeping. Sigh, I hope Ruby is okay. With Ruby. She just woke up and she has to say, it's strange to not see Naruto first thing in the morning. Having someone that greet you with a warm smile every morning is pretty addictive. She looked to the side to see that Weiss wasn't sleeping. She was still sitting down, but she is awake. Wesssssssss. Ruby jumped on her with a big smile on her face and tears of happiness in her eyes. Ruby, you don't get off me right now. Yup, she's alright. The good old Ice Queen. What got into you? She asked with her usual stern voice. But you and the wound, and you wouldn't wake up, and I'm sorry for not coming faster. And I'm style. Tears were pouring from her eyes. I'm fine. Now please explain what happened. How long have I been out? A little over 10 hours, said a voice from their right. It was Ren. I am glad to see that you are awake. But we have to hurry. The others are going to leave soon. Can you walk, or do you want someone to carry you for a while? She finally got Ruby off of her and raised from the ground. She doesn't have any problem standing up or walking. I can walk on my own. She said after a few seconds. Good. We will explain everything on the way to our new destination. Some of Carden's scouts found a passing not far from here. It's leading straight toward the west region. Carden scouts. Why are we listening to Carden out of all people out there? Believe me, Weiss, I don't like it one bit myself. But right now the numbers are talking. Said Ren with a defeated tone. How many are they that we can't take them down? She may be tired and angered by her lose, but she knows very well that Pura, Nora and Ren are better than regular students. Even than a big majority of the 3rd year. Around 30, without us. Said Ruby. Correction, they were around 30 last night. Now we are talking about 45. During Carden's shift a group joined us. He managed to somehow convince them to trust him. Don't ask me how, just keep your eyes wide open. Ren, you have to be kidding me. How could Carden do this? He is the most hated individual in the whole school since the incident from the cafeteria. If this is a joke, it's not funny. We know. And believe me when I say that we want to leave his group. But we have to wait for the right moment. For now we must wait. Now let's go, the others are waiting. Salem's castle. Library. The same time. The 4 new Yuzumaki were standing at a table, waiting for Salem to join them. Emerald was sleepy since she spent a lot of time searching through books yesterday. Had a rough time sleeping, sweetheart? Asked Mercury with a teasing tone. He slept like a log all night, so he is okay with waking up early in the morning. Mercury, shut up or I will make you too. Oh my fucking god. Shut the fuck up already, you two. Take your lover's quarrel somewhere else. Roman is very angry, right, so they choose to stop. He didn't smoke any cigarettes in the last 10 hours or so. Damn Cinder for taking his only lighter and every bit of fire dust he had. How did she get her hands on it in the first place? And here comes the mistress, dressed as always and ready to teach the new generation about the ways of the keepers. Yeah, that's it, cough. I am happy to see you all so eager. For now we will continue with the introduction to the origins. As I was saying yesterday, our lord has left the realm of mortals. But this was just the beginning. What brought us to our current situation happened after this. Even with him gone, the chakra that was bestowed to us long ago was still in our hands. She was interrupted by Mercury. What? Emerald was the one that answered. Chakra. The first form of aura. It's an ancient power far stronger than what we have today. It's also the power used by our lord and the dark gods. It was diluted over the years because of the countless changes that took place in our world. Correct. Without him to guide us, humanity chose the war again. Not even our ancestor could comprehend what was the spark that ignited the first war that took place after his departure. They named it the Hollow War. It was such a meaningless confrontation that appeared without any logical reason. It is believed that this was the true nature of the humans that lived long ago. Pure violence. In this time, both the keepers and the followers were still allies that fought for peace. But as the next generation came, nothing changed. His daughters died during the war and now their children were the leaders. They prayed for his return, guidance or help just to receive nothing in return. The hope was lost. But finally, they got an answer. A god came on earth to help and showed himself in front of the leader of keepers. The god kneeled in defeat before him, his tears holding great pain as bleeding wounds covered his body. Not knowing who or what was he, the leader was reluctant to listen to him. He spoke about the cruelty of the other gods. They locked our savior away and cast a war on the world, so his struggle for peace would be pointless. They wanted to selfishly punish him for becoming stronger than them. The keepers didn't believe him, but he said his last words: in 9 days the sky will turn black and the gates toward the god's realm will close forever. But there is a way to open them. Once the peace will rule again, he will gain enough power to escape their grasp. As soon as he finished, his body fell on ground and disappeared. The crow on his shoulder, said Roman, making the others look at him. That is the meaning of the crow that was whispering in his ear in that image. The one from yesterday. Salem seemed pleased. Yes. Over the time, he was represented in our paintings as a crow. Excellent deduction, Roman. Of course the keepers didn't believe him at first. Who would trust a strange man with some tricks up his sleeve? But even so, they thought of it as another reason to continue to fight for peace. Even if it was the fantasy of a madman, the very idea that their victory will help him in any way was enough. However, they could only look helplessly as 9 days later his premonition became real. The entire sky became completely dark. Soon the keepers talked with the followers about this, but they didn't believe that this is related in any way with what happened. In the end they ignored this event. However, this left one question in the back of every keeper's mind. What if the rest is also true? After that we choose to take a redirect aberration. The leaders wanted the war to stop, no matter what they had to do, so they made a decree. Anyone who dared to disturb the peace of the world in any way will be killed on instant. The followers didn't agree, and this is the point where we became enemies. They wanted to keep them alive and judge them justly, postponing the moment of his liberation. It was too late to make them see the reality. This led to their ultimate demise during the last war between kingdoms. But we too had our losses. Now is time for us to put an end to the war that tainted our world for all these years. I don't want to question the wisdom of the great keepers or whatever, but there is one thing's wrong in that story, said Mercury, a bit confused. The presence of our savior among us. As painful as it is, I must say that the one who is now serving that huntress is nothing but a hollow shell of what he was. The dark gods corrupted him. Why else do you think that he would lower himself to such degree? Said Salem with a scowl. This is why we have act fast. If he is here, then the one that came long ago to give us the truth will come too. We have to be prepared for war once again. The others will start your training as soon as possible. The 4 new members were left with a few questions of their own after this. What did they get themselves into? With Kami and Shinigami. Kami's realm. Shinigami had to resist the urge to sigh loudly. He has to sit through one of his sisters ranting about how angry she is because of Naruto. Again. I am going to kill him when I get my hands on his neck. Just who does he think he is? And now he is just fooling around with the humans. I swear that I got it. You are pissed. Deal with it. Don't you dare insinuate that he doesn't deserve what he got. Who? Me? Oh no. Kami, I am hurt, my dear sister. I am just saying that you went over the fucking board. Oh please do tell me, why is it that? Look. I respect you. He respects you. Every god and goddess respects you. There is a reason why we choose you as our leader. But open your eyes already. This is not normal. Humans and Franus are dying more than they are supposed to. Some of them even earlier than they should. If anything, we should be down there doing something. But why aren't we? Why? Because we aren't allowed there anymore. It's so bad that we can't make an exception from this rule for once, just to make sure that this is really natural. The sarcasm was clear in his voice. We aren't supposed to be able to at this point. The barrier we made around it was too strong to be destroyed by any of us. How did it happen? How should I know? But with it or without it, the situation would be the same. Ever since we made that damn barrier, everything became worse than it was before. I am sick of having to deal with these kind of things. It's easy for you and Yami to remain calm, but I have to take care of every soul. I have seen what wars and natural disasters could cause. This is neither of them. If anything, it's 10 times worse, the 2 of them put together. It was impossible for any god to control what happened during this time. Why do you and Naruto keep saying this? The only ones that could pass the barrier were you and your angels of death. You have been countless of times in the mortal realm. You've seen it for yourself. The barrier would allow us to go there just enough time to take the souls. Once we took them, it would teleport us back to the underworld, and you know that. I never had the chance to see what is going on there. And none of my angels could afford to even care about this. Right now, the underworld is overflowing with souls that have to be sent in the afterlife. And yet, you have time to be here. That was the point where Shinigami lost it. You ungrateful, spoiled brat. What? Do you want to fight Shinigami? No. I don't want to fight. I want a damn solution to this problem. There are just 4 of us that know about what is happening and we need to solve it somehow. But instead of thinking about this, you just sent him to the mortal realm. He broke the rules. I don't care. Together we would most likely have finished everything by now. Why do you have to be stubborn? There was silence for a few seconds. They began amid a lot of power and killing intent without realizing. I don't have to justify myself in front of you. Her eyes were cold as he was glaring at her brother. Of course. Why would our almighty leader answer a question that came from a lowly servant? Don't push it, brother. I am warning you. I'm backing down from this one, dear sister. And I demand that you lift his punishment, think better about everything that happened until this point, and then come with a decision. And since when can you demand things from me? Since you owe me for that incident 3,000 years ago. I am not joking around, so if you don't want everyone to know what happened back there, do what I said. Ami's face was full of rage and shame. She sighed in defeat. I am not going to lift his punishment yet. Here is a deal. If he can bring any evidence that what you say is true, I will reveal everything to the other gods and forgive him. You have 1 month. She extended her hand towards Shinigami Deal. He accepted her hand. Deal turning around, the god of death left her realm via teleportation. Kami was left alone with her thoughts. In her mind, she knew that they will not find anything. But like hell is she going to let the others know about her secret? If this event will come to light, she might lose more than her position as the leader of the gods. What if Naruto the Sun God RWBY end here, and thanks for watching my video till the end.